Whoops! I just realized I pressed the wrong button. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oops! 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 Oh, I pressed the wrong button again. Oops! Oh, how embarrassing! Oh wow! I was like, okay, opening plane. Let me go adjust some things while opening plane. Wow! Oops! How embarrassing! How's Akashi? Pro streamer? Yeah. This is why I could never join a agency. I like how I'm talking to an opening. This is the okay, whatever. You know what? Yeah, we're done here. Professional. Hey yo, wake up, sheepies. How are you guys doing? Having a good day? I got some sleep yesterday. I feel better. Yesterday, oh my gosh, I was really tired. I was really tired after stream because I still had to drive to the hospital, and I won't lie, like on the way back I fell asleep at 2 stoplights. A light sleep, mind you. Like I literally was like dozing off, and like here's the thing, I know only got 3 hours sleeps. Oh, you poor soul. Oh yeah, shut up, Shorty. Shut it, Sorty. Grabs you by the throat. Shut up. There you go. Mandatory. Also, Hightail mentioned. There we go. Good. 5 minutes. Oh, how's it? Did you enjoy the whole story up until now? How is it? What's your energy psychosis? Florida. Thank you for your message. But yeah, the thing is, like, I know when I fall asleep, it's when my mind is telling me things that don't make sense, right? And all while I was at the stoplight and I was like dozing off, I could hear myself asking questions and answering it in such dumb ways. I don't remember all the answers to questions I was asking, but it was like, oh yeah, like what if we take the stream and decide to put it into a blender? Oh, that might be a bad idea because you might get sick from that. Something like that. And I was like dozing off in the middle of the stoplight when the stoplight was red. As long as it doesn't ask if we hate you, yeah. No. It was just like nonsensical things, right? Like that's when I know I'm about to fall asleep. And I was trying to like wake up. I was trying to like slap myself awake, but I kept falling like dozing off. But I feel better today. I slept early yesterday and I woke up like at my usual time. So which is midnight, and then I woke up at 8. The Aris chapter? Arias? I don't know who that is, but I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you enjoyed the story. Excited? Yeah, you'll have R of your 5 OCs. Yeah! I should have to finish on stream, or not on stream. I should have that finished this week, but if I do commissions this week, let me see. I think the deadline for that, let me see. I'm trying to see, because I could usually predict what commissions I'll be doing on stream, depending on the speed, but let's see. So homophones today. I'll finish 2 commissions tomorrow. I would say yours might be on Thursday. If I don't finish it on Wednesday, it'll definitely be on Thursday. Really, whatever gets it done. Because like I'll be working on Wednesday, but if I for some reason can't get it finished on Wednesday, then it'll be a Thursday. But that's what it looks like based on my scheduling. She's from the game dev. Oh, you know Alice? Oh, interesting. Is she like the other one? Oh, Arisu? Alice? Arisu? I know her as Alice. Or ARI or AR1S. Yeah. Give me a second. I like that name actually. I thought that was clever how they call her AR1S. Also, let me go put the things on. I didn't get anything set up, but yeah, how are you guys doing? I feel better. I'm alive. I can breathe. Let me go get the Tomodachi's going, right? They gotta walk around like the little ants they are. Oh, my camera. What do you mean my camera's the problem? Oh no, you guys can't see me. Give me a second. I wonder. There you go. You've been following for a while. Hey, Netsoso! We're about to put the Tomodachis on stream. That way you guys could witness them. Okay? Oh, of course not. But I saw what's in the shop today, right? And I don't know, does anyone want to be clamored in armor? Because apparently there's an armor item in the game. Wait, you could do that? You could like, oh wait, stream elements? I thought you went bankrupt. 3 years, wow. Alright, does anyone want to be in armor? Full-blown armor? Also, where's the audio? Is the audio capturing? I don't think the audio's capturing. Oh, it is. It's just really loud, sorry. I had not participated in the last thing I saw. No worries. No worries. Give me a second. I'm trying to find the game. Why can't I hear it? What? Oh, there's 2 capture devices. Okay, wrong one. There we go. Andrew is a cowboy knight. That's the oldest follower here I can. No, I'm not old. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm forever 17. Oh whoa, it's oh whoa. Make me a knight. You want to be a knight, Sanix? All right, we'll W a knight. I'll have to take off your helmet though, because I want to see your beautiful face. Where are you? All right. We're not gonna do too much because I want to work on Amaphone's commission.
Hey, Alin, has anybody
But yeah, we're working on Amaphone's commission today. Full-blown knight armor. Heavy knight. You love it! But can the helmet come off? I hope that helmet can come off. Oh, I don't have time to think about this. Oh no, let's give you a hobby. I don't think you have all your hobbies, do you? Would be funny if you didn't have a sword. Oh, you know what? Why don't you go jogging? Why don't you go jogging in this heavy knight outfit? There you go. She will save all the dragons from the knights, or from the knight and herd the sheep today. Are you a satellite school? Yeah, I don't know much about Blue Archive, sadly.
Thank you.
But I can understand that love for the story of a game, because that's the same way I feel about like Final Fantasy XIV. Like, I can talk about Final Fantasy XIV all day and all night, but everybody won't know what it is. Oh, I can put you a cowboy hat too. There you go. That sucks. Well, that just took everything off. Okay, you can't take off the armor because the armor is a one piece. Okay. I can't give you a cowboy hat. Was mine done in the departure? You are dating Blue Pixel, I believe. Let me see. I don't remember what's your. You are the princess. Teehee. Let's see. Where's Netsoso? I think you're dating someone. Let me see. I think you're dating Blue Pixel. Oh, you're dating Own. Yeah. Oh. I remember too. Wasn't there like a big thing that happened with Netsoso? I think it was like Netsoso was competing against other girls. I don't know. I don't remember. All right, though. Let's spin the wheel and see who gets the bag for today, and we'll give them a new outfit. Thank you once again, Swordy, for making this wheel. Okay. Oh, I just saw your message right now. Oh, that's crazy. I have no idea about this game mixtape. This mixtape game is something. It's a mystery. All right, let's see. Today we are following chat. Wait, didn't we follow chat last time? Yeah, I think we followed chat last time, didn't we? Let's do it again. Reroll? Yeah, we followed chat last time. A loss. I heard it's, I guess it's volume 6. We're following Daishima! Let's give Daishima a new outfit. Give me a second. I had to adjust my screen. I haven't really adjusted anything. There you go. Your little hat. Irritated by yourself. Here, let me give you an outfit.
Yes,
Follow the samurai.
yes.
Samurai? We have a samurai? Well, I guess we have a good couple of samurais here, actually. Let's see, what outfit should we give you for today? No, I don't want to be mean like that, but we can't give this to somebody. I'm not close enough to Daishima to do that to them. But I can't give it to somebody. No, I don't want to be mean. I won't be mean. I'm gonna fight you. I won't be mean. Dress her as a frog. Let's see. What kind of outfits do we have? I got some new ones, which are pretty cute. Honestly, this outfit might fit Daishima based on their current design. Either that or this one, right? I think this one's a good one too. Yeah, the winter outfit. There you go. Say goodbye to your pixel shirt. Oh, that hat does not look good on you. You hate it? Oh my gosh, I don't understand my knees at all. It's like when you feed your child, not to say I'm a kid, and you don't understand. Wait, great friends. Interesting. And you don't understand like what they like. I forgot how to do this. My brain is a little faded. I'm fog. What's it called? Brain fog? I kind of like the burrito. Burrito's kind of cute. There you go. All right, go be free, Daishima. Unless there's somebody in love. Nobody in love. Nobody in love. Okay. Wait, somebody in love? What was that? Was that flowers? That's just flowers. Okay. All right, there we go. Happy Daishima. Aishima's like one of the taller characters on my island. Can you make me a blunt? To eat? Feeding the kids rocks because I don't know what they are. Somebody out there probably did that. Alright, let me adjust some things. Alright. I'm also learning more about Clip Studio. Funny enough, despite using Clip Studio for all the commissions I've been doing, I don't know all the tools of Clip Studio per se. So I'm still learning how to necessarily use it effectively. But I learned a new thing about the sub view, and I never used this thing before. But I thought it was something to give a try to kind of help with the process of drawing. So I'm gonna try that today and see how that works. Give me a second. I'm just adjusting some things. I'm gonna get the references loaded too. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. 1 second, chat. 1 second. 1 second, chat. Punches use. 1 second. Speaking of which, have you guys seen Cece and Gigi's new little thing? They have like a song together, and they have like a little show together, and they did a bunch of like sitcom gags. Also, Cece has some legs. Cece has some really long legs. I don't know. I feel something about it. When I saw Cece's legs, and then like, wow, work time. See ya. All right, have fun, Sorty. Take care. Make sure to fight back. A blunt attack character. This will be an important stretch out, I guess it. Yeah, wait until I get into blunt reflex. Why are you looking at the legs? I don't know, something about Cece! I had to love them long legs. I don't know, maybe I do, but like Cece's legs are something. I don't know. I don't normally like legs, but remember when I say that gagged, it's like, oh, you add butt to the end of anything and it makes everything confusing. It's like, I may not like this, but exactly. Give me a second. I'm just loading up some references really quick. But this sub-view thing is really handy. I never used this before, so I'm trying to like learn how to use my tools. What was this? Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. And then you can flip it. What's this? New? Open image in Canvas. Okay. Have fun. Yeah. All right, there we go. Let me go start. I'm gonna do flat colors on everybody so I can just make sure their lines are good. But how are you guys doing today on this fine afternoon? This fine Sunday afternoon? I feel bad for Daishima. I think Daishima doesn't have any friends yet on the island. I haven't been able to take care of my Miis. They must be angry. They must be frustrated. Like, where's this owner of us? Okay. So can I still use my tools here? No, you can't use your tools there. Interesting. Okay, so I was hoping that I could use my tools on this, but it doesn't look like it, and I think that's a little bit detrimental. Can I use the eyedrop? I can use the eyedrop though, which is good. Sick? Everyone's getting sick around this time, actually. I saw Mint was getting sick, I saw Nimi was getting sick, and I won't lie that I was kind of getting sick for a bit, but I think I got over it already. I'm sick? You're sick too? See? What happened? the hantavirus. Definitely not all degenerates, but I don't normally talk about things like this, but like if I show you guys a clip of Cece walking, you'll understand. There is something about the way that woman walks that I don't know, makes me think. Like I put my thinking hat on and I'm like, But yeah. I'm telling you, I really like Cece and Gigi's dynamic, and I wish to find my duo like that, whether it's a girlfriend or just a good homie, right? Don't know if I'll hug a homie that much though, considering how much she hugs Cece or Gigi. I don't know if I'll hug a homie that much. But you know what? Me and that homie will still have fun, you know? I really like their dynamic. It's probably one of my favorite dynamics in Hololive right now. Find yourself a Gigi or Cece to counteract your Gigi/Cece. Weh. I've been saying weh a lot recently. I don't know why. Kind of crazy how my worst looking Miis went from being about to get removed to one of the original better design. I feel that. Sometimes you just have to give them time. Hey Yon, how you feeling? Or how you doing? I'll say feeling, but that technically you're not sick. Are you? Are you sick? Oh, what do you have to see? What are you going to do to Fenner? Are you going to beat him up? Fenner's playing soccer? Hello? Indifferent?
I'm honored by your podcast.
jackets and shoes are white. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's the thing, when it comes to design-wise, like when it comes to designing things and characters and such, oftentimes you have to let them marinate for a bit. Like, you may not like it on first impression, but as time goes on, you might grow to like it. That's a very pro tip as a person, right? You have to give it like, and that's the same thing too if you like the character design. Sometimes when you like a character design, but then you start using it, you realize it's too cumbersome. Some interest. Oh look, they're becoming friends. You know? Like, it could be a really good design on paper, but if you have trouble executing it several times, like imagine like if you're a VTuber, something like that, or if you're an artist and you're trying to make OCs, sometimes like your design may look good on paper, but when you try to make it to comic form, you'll realize how painful it was, how painful it is to draw it every time. I think a good example of that is like Cell from Dragon Ball Z. Because like, his pattern on his skin looks really cool, but then you realize the artist, unless they have the screen tone for that, has to draw that every single time. And if I remember correctly, I think that was like the reason why Cell had transformation loses the pattern. Her old design mega sucked and was doo-doo even after a month. Yeah, and sometimes that's the case. Sometimes after you marinate on it, you'll realize that the design is not that good, you know? So, I think it's one of those things, you do have to give things to breathe. I like Base Imperfect Cell. Imperfect Cell looks weird. I think Imperfect Cell is very monstrous. Like, I think it's like the most monstrous between the two. Like, Perfect Cell, I get what the whole thing is. It's like supposed to be human. And then like, Original Cell is supposed to be like a bug kind of like creature. But then like, it's supposed to be that uncanny valley, like that transition from like monster to human, which I thought was an interesting concept. I mean, like when you look at like Frieza's thing too, it's like funny enough, like the perfect Frieza, or Frieza on its highest form is like it's technically a human too, you know? It's interesting, it's symbolic, you know? Same with Majin Buu, right? You have Kid Buu, you have Evil Buu, right? Evil Buu's like a gray mass. Pink Buu, Kid Buu. Oh my gosh, there is many Buus. Looks like some guy who took too many roids. Are we talking about Imperfect Cell as in like the one in the movie? Which are we talking about? I know there's like the new Cell that was from the movie, which I gotta say that was a fun movie. The one with Beast Gohan. I don't know if I'm spoiling it. I don't know if you guys seen the movie or not. Or if you have any interest. How many people here actually do have interest in Dragon Ball Z? It was just the dots that were the problem. Yeah, it makes sense too. It's like one of those things that like good on paper, but when you have to draw it every single time, that's when it becomes problematic, you know? But you don't want it to be too simple that it's like, you know, like very, very simple of a character design. It's one of those things you have to find a good balance. There you go. He had Space Cell, then Imperfect. Oh, so the middle form is called Imperfect Cell. Interesting.
Good afternoon, Solar CIO.
I always thought it was just like Cell Form 2. Speaking of Cell Form 2, what happened to Dragon Ball Z Survivors? I read up to the blue stuff. Blue stuff? Oh, yeah. I think the thing is, my opinion, Dragon Ball Z was really good until the Buu arc. And I know like people didn't like GT, but I actually did think GT was a good kind of way to conclude Goku's adventure. In my opinion. Not the first part, the one where they go into space, but the second half. With Super 17 and Baby, I think that's what his name, and then like the Omega Shenron balls, right? I think that was a pretty good conclusion to everything that's happened up until then.
Give the camera your brightest.
Like, I think Dragon Ball Z should have ended after that. Majin Buu's my next film next to Beerus. I do think though Super started off really well. And I think it started off really well with the whole Beerus arc. But I do think that like after Beerus, things get a little shaky. I think they were trying to redo that whole like tournament arc that Dragon Ball Z used to be known for, right? Like the Budokai Tenshi tournament, I forgot what it's called, right? So, but the problem is when they try to do that with the stakes being as high as it doesn't feel as right. And I think it is one of those things that Dragon Ball Z has like moved beyond just tournament arcs. But it's interesting to see where it's gonna go. I know Akira Toriyama has passed, right? So he technically has a predecessor. Is that what it's called? Predecessor? No. appear? Someone that's gonna continue a story, right? There was a manga of GT, but it's only single one. It was online. It wasn't official. GT, yeah, GT was anime only, if I remember correctly. So it was actually interesting how they decided to go about it. And I think it's interesting that Toriyama added, spoilers, Super Saiyan 4 into the main canon. Which is kind of weird, because like, okay, I think that's the problem with making a series that's supposed to be continued on to Super, is that you're not gonna be able to like make sense of like, oh, all these power levels in the in-between, where did they go, right? The fact that Goku turns into Super Saiyan 4, technically for a moment, and then never really mentions it again in Super, and then like they have Blue and Pink and all the different other Super Saiyans, it's kind of crazy. Super Saiyan 4? I do think Super Saiyan 4 is a fun concept, the idea of returning to Monkey. Unga Bunga, return to Monkey! Super Saiyans? I don't know how to pronounce it, honestly. I'm not a big Dragon Ball fan, but I do enjoy the media whenever I see it. But I'm not the biggest Dragon Ball fan. Last thing he worked on was Daima, but even that was more of an idea, yeah. According to Goku could never, you know that, oh, that's interesting. Doesn't he master Ultra Instinct? I don't know about the current arcs of Dragon Ball Z, but isn't like aren't they splitting each of the Saiyajins? I like Saiyajins better. Here's Eon. Eon's so cute. Didn't they split the Saiyajins into like different like masteries? So like Goku is perfect instinct, Vegeta is perfect ego, Gohan is beast mode, and Broly is supposed to be like berserk. I don't know what Broly is supposed to be. The legendary Super Saiyan? Saiyajin? I heard you say Super Saiyan and Super Saiyans. He said the proper name? Yeah, Super Saiyajin. I could say Saiyajin better, because the thing is, like, the way it's pronounced in English is not spelled the same way. And that's why I always have problems saying it in English. Saiyajin is much easier to say, because it's pronounced exactly the way it's spelled. Super Saiyajin. Honestly, not a big Dragon Ball fan. I get that. I'm not a big Dragon Ball fan too, but I do think I do follow it here and there. Like, usually I like to keep track of my favorites and hobbies, right? Or like, that's why I like to go back and check like old games I haven't played before or I haven't played in a while to see how they're doing. Things like that. You know? So that's why I'm like thinking about Dragon Ball right now. Just like how I did with Yu-Gi-Oh! I was on a Yu-Gi-Oh! Kick too for a while at the beginning of the year. I just didn't get back into the card game, but if I did get back into the card game... Funny enough though, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Is probably the most easily available card game between the big games. But it's also the most complicated game of them. Because like Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards aren't... super expensive, question mark? Actually, no. Yes, they are, but no, they aren't. Because they are in the moment, but then like later on they have re-releases that cheapens the cards, but then like they're no longer staples. I don't know. It's that's a little confusing. It confused me when the first time I saw it written in Saiyajin. When I heard Super Saiyan, I saw the Japanese version. Yeah, like it's pronounced like it's super like it said Saiyan, right? So you would say Saiyan, right? Saiyan. But Saiyajin is exactly how it sounds. Saiyajin, right? Super Saiyajin Dai. Good cards expensive. That's the thing that I like about Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards has their expensive version, which is like the full art, pristine, holographic, etched cards, right? Going for $5,000. But they also have a low version card, which you can use in games for $5 usually. Because like, and I think that a lot more games should adopt that. Because I think that like, in my opinion, I don't think a card game should be gated by money, you know? I think for a card game to be fun, you should be able to build a deck for less than $100. I would say even less than $50, but I do know like some cards tend to be a little pricey in some things, even in Pokemon. But funny enough, like some of the best Pokemon cards are like some of the most common and rare or common cards, right? Like Badoo. Badoo's a menace in current meta. I don't know, I haven't followed current meta as much, but Badoo is a current a menace, and that card is like a 5-cent card because it's a common. But it's like almost in a lot of decks. I think there's a way to counteract it now, right? In fact, I think Dragapult is I haven't been following Yu-Gi-Oh, but I think Dragapult is a current staple deck right now in the meta, and Dragapult is not even an EX if I remember correctly. Let me see. I don't know if it's a Dragapult EX, and that's why it's very terrifying because it's a one prize deck. Dragapult deck. Let me see. Dragapult and Yu-Gi-Oh. No, I switched it over to Pokemon. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, never mind. It's a what's it called? It's a 2-card prize deck. But yeah, I was talking about like the cheapness of cards, right? I think Pokemon's really good with that, with being super cheap, but it's so hard to buy booster packs. But Yu-Gi-Oh booster packs are everywhere. I went to Target and they have a excess in Yu-Gi-Oh booster packs. Like if I really wanted to get into a card game and collect some cards just for the fun of it, I think Yu-Gi-Oh is a good option. Granted, like they're not gonna have value, but the thing about like collecting is not about the value, but your intrinsic feels about it, you know? I just heard I don't follow Yu-Gi-Oh, but Dragapult's a staple deck. Sorry, I didn't mean to go that. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, there we go. Let me put my intermission. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a card I want from Draga or card fight. It's so rare. 3 photos. Never mind being on sale. Dang. Yeah. I get the whole rarity thing, but at the same time, I do feel that sometimes it can kill the fun of a game when you can't really get the deck that you want. I think it's interesting too because like going back on that, like there's a lot of cheaper card games out there, but I feel like I can't get into card games unless it's like a franchise that I really like, you know? Either that or the card art is really, really good. Like I know I want to get to Grand Archive. I don't know if you guys heard of it, but it's like an anime-esque kind of card game. I played at Anime Expo and it's actually surprisingly really fun. I forgot the game mode, but I remember having a lot of fun with it. And I think it still exists today. And the art for that card or that game is really pretty. I also got into Force of Will because I like the Magic the Gathering gameplay, but I just didn't like the Magic the Gathering cards, right? And Force of Will was basically anime Magic the Gathering. I don't know if they still exist. I wonder if that's the case, if they still exist. TCGs are the old school gacha games. They pretty much are. It's interesting too because like when you think about it, like a lot of exploitive things that gacha games do nowadays, it's technically kind of better than like booster packs, especially in the West. Like in the East, like you can like in the East there's usually a pity on boxes. Like for Pokemon boxes, you are guaranteed to get one of the rarest cards, right? But that's like one of the more rare cards, my bad. So one of the more rare cards, like a high rarity card, guaranteed in each box. But in the West, there's no guarantee. You could spend $100 on a box, and you can literally come out with nothing, right? But I think if I'm correctly, like Japanese boxes of Pokemon cards have fixed rates, so you will always get at least one, right? Which is why Japanese cards don't sell as much, if I'm correctly, as English cards. I don't know if they changed anything like that, but yeah. But that's the thing, it's like, when you compare that to, say, like a gacha game, gacha games used to not actually have guarantees, you know? Back then, like before everyone was using the pity system, the Hoyoverse pity system, which like is pretty much at every game now. They used to have no guarantees, and it really did suck if you wanted to pull for something. I mean, like I imagine things like break down to either Hoyo gacha or Grand Blue gacha. Grand Blue gacha is where you have to do 300 pulls, and then like it doesn't carry over, but they have a lot of like SSRs in the banner. The Hoyo one is where they have limited for the legal action. Yeah, Grand Blue also got a legal action. It was on Monkey. I forgot what her name was. Cute and funny monkey. Like, let me bring this up really quick. Let me see. Let's see. Grand Blue Monkey Zodiac, right? So this was way before the Hoyo incident and all that stuff happening, right? So Andira, that's her name. So Andira in the game got released, right? Cute and funny monkey. Everybody wanted her. And there was a guy that spent, I think it was like 500 or was it 5,000? I forgot. They spent an exorbitant amount of money and still did not get them. And then they sued. So basically because of that, Granblue had to like implement the pity system as well as explained rates and what's your chances of getting said character, and that like sent shockwaves in the gacha industry because every gacha game had to do it afterwards. Guaranteed max rate versus 50-50. Yeah, I mean there's still some games that do the Granblue thing, and that's like, say, what's it called, Umamusume. There's I think Princess Connect goes with the yeah, Princess Connect does that. Well, what I meant for the gacha, I meant like basically they have guaranteed character or limited characters without limited, something like that. Because basically in Hoyo games, every character is a limited character. Shut up, Sorry, I'll get water. Right? Every character that's not on the standard banner is limited, and I hate that. I think that's the thing I hate so much. Like I hate how Hoyo games does not have like standard characters in the banner, and I get why, because Granblue ran into that issue because Granblue is like 14 years old at this point, and the pool is so diluted they had to split the pool into 2 different pools, right? They have like the original season and they have the current season, right? So I can get why it like they had to like put limited banners, but at the same time, in my opinion, I hate it because that means like even if you pull, there's no chance of you getting said character. You know. To be fair, if you spend that much and still didn't even get a character, you deserve a pity. Yeah, pretty much. So I think it's good that that incident had that had happened, right? Because if that incident never happened, then there would not be the Granblue or the gacha system that we have. I don't like games having banners. I get why they do it, but I just want them to add it to the pool. You know, that's the only thing I want out of it. I want them to add the characters into the pool, so that way I can accidentally get the character later. I like it in Blue Archive. Blue Archive has that exactly, right? There's still limited banners, right? And I'm okay with like some limited banners, but I like that sometimes I'll get surprised with a character that I really wanted, but I didn't get them under banner, right? Because that's what I like in Granblue. That's what I like in Blue Archive. Do all gachas have a guaranteed? Nowadays, yes. Back then, no. But nowadays, gachas pretty much have a guaranteed pity rate at this point, right? And I get why, because, you know, marketing and all that stuff. There's something to be said that if you add too many to the standard, the chance of specific max rarity becomes astronomically low. Yeah, that's basically what it is. And that, like, I prefer that, though, to never being able to get the character, you know? I wonder if Blue Archive will run into that problem too, because Granblue hit that problem, but I don't know if Blue Archive is already splitting their banners or such. But Granblue hit the banner problem and standard banner and having too many characters. They did? Yeah. I'm not surprised. When you have that many characters, people are gonna complain about like how character rates are astronomically low. But that's why they have like the guaranteed. They made the archive recruit. There you go. Granblue is like the predecessor for all gacha problems. They hit it first because they're so old at this point. I love Granblue, but I don't think I could go back to it, sadly. At least regularly. Rikachusi or pickup student? Yeah, that makes sense. But I still prefer that over Hoyo games. Hoyo games gachas are so predatory. They are, in my opinion, living off FOMO, right? Granted, the games are okay. I wouldn't mind playing it, but that was the one thing I hate a lot about Hoyo games, and it's their endless limited banner that will never come to be, because then you're only on the whims of the time frame that the character gets released, you know? That's my opinion. That's my 2 cents of it, you know? You know, chat, you get what I mean? I prefer to get the character in games rather than playing the gacha way. That too! I think that's the thing too that's becoming a lost art. Games like gacha games back then especially used to give away free characters quite frequently. I think Hoyo games never gave away free characters, like event characters and stuff, but like one thing I like about like Granblue and Blue Archive is the fact that you can get free characters. Same with Limbus. Right? But I know like a lot of gacha games are avoiding giving you freebies. Started doing such mega banners with Overfest and Limbus students. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's why I like going back to Blue Archives gacha, because it's like, even if I miss a character, except for the limited banners, I can come back and like, you know, eventually get them. I'm still wishing to get my Yuka pajamas inside the gacha one day. You actually don't get welfare? You do. The event has free characters too. Granted, their events are less frequent, but the event has free characters. You get like a 2-star. And then their battle pass always comes with like a free eagle line. You could get 3 eagles in total, but 2 of them are luck on the limited banner. Or limited, what's it called? The paid battle pass. So you still get freebies in Limbus. Their events are much more infrequent though compared to other games. There we go. Let me see, I think I got everyone base colored, and I'll go back and do my rounds. There you go. I was thinking about the way she's standing, and I think I'm gonna have it so that she knocked over a bar stool, and she's standing on the bar of it. That seems like an awkward thing to do. Right? So like, the original has her just standing on a bar stool, but I think the funnier one would be like basically the bar stool is knocked over. I think that'd be funny. Hee hee funny. But I think that's like the lifeblood of a lot of gacha games. Oh, thank you for the raid! Ah! Heyo! Hey Fufu! Fufu shot in the bath raid? Bath shit raid? Hey! How you doing, Fufu? Let me go shout you out. What were you up to? Hey everybody! Well, ignored him? I don't know. I think your community is telling me something. Who am I drawing for? Who's my client? First time D&D? Ah, in fact, this commission I'm working on right now is a D&D commission for one of my clients. Are you winning? Yeah, I'm winning. How did you enjoy your first time D&D? Did you win? Did you roll nat 20? No way. Yes way. Wait, D&D commission? Sick? Yeah, so they're supposed to be like at a bar, right? I haven't finished the bar yet, but basically that's the concept of it. D&D is amazing. Yeah, everybody. Okay, if you guys haven't followed Fufu, check her out. She's amazing. Amazingly funny, amazingly like great, right? Check out Fufu. And now that she's playing D&D, more reason to follow her. Tavern scene? I haven't played D&D per se, but I have played like other tabletop games. Nobody died? Heck, I love D&D. Heck yeah. What kind of race and class are you playing? What about Lunare, who you drew out the ship? Theoretically dead. We made a fellow D&D. Nice. So I'm guessing I'm gonna get some D&D commissions in the future. I was a sick warlock. Ooh, fancy. Yapton. D&D's only fun as the DM you and friends make. True, but that's the thing though. Like D&D is a very fun social game when you find the right people to play with, right? I think that's the thing. You have to really find the right people to do it with. Hexblade Warlock. Oh, I don't know what that is. It was a lot of fun. That's good. This one's your comm. Yep, this is Omophone's comm. I remember when I played what's it called? Not D&D. War Thunder. War Thunder. We had a really good DM, and the DM that did all the stuff. Give me a second. I'm pulling up reference. Allowed me to go batshit crazy in the game. So whenever I did a natural 20, he would let me do whatever I want. And let me tell you, he hated me for that because I've been getting so many nat 20s. Like, I managed to start a space casino inside their airship, and I managed to cover it up by saying that it's training, right? I managed to survive a near-death encounter by taking control of a monster in War Thunder, and I had to roll for stealth to make sure that the Inquisitors didn't realize I was a monster and kill me. 20 equals God, yeah. Yeah, so they hated me because they didn't think I would roll so many nat 20. But every time I did, he would strangle me because I always do the stupidest thing. I also romanced my comrade as a sheep, or not sheep, it was a goat. I got turned into a goat for a while. And I romanced my comrade in order to convince him to bring me along for a dangerous mission. So yeah, good times. Nat 20, yeah. That's how Nat 20 works, yeah. So hopefully you enjoy yourself, Fufu. Just go crazy, have fun. Goated? Yeah, literally goated. Literally goated. So give me for a second. I'm pulling up a reference. So sick and tired of that 20s. Yeah, he at that point he was like, you know what, Alan? Yeah, I'll give it to you. But I did get some ones. I did roll some ones, but it was very rare. It was very rare that I roll some ones. In fact, the one time I roll a 1 was the thing that killed me. But I was only able to survive because of the 20. I love hearing people's story. Yeah, thing too. That was like my first experience with a what's it called? With a D&D kind of experience. I also tried to learn to DM because my friend wanted me to try to learn to DM for a bit. And we were playing another D&D game called Big Eyes Small Mouths. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it's like basically anime D&D. And interesting enough with that, I remember I was doing a Power Ranger campaign. So I got to, like, when we were making characters, I let everyone pick their character and their one single like ability, and like it was really fun. That one's the new one. Yeah, Big Eye Small Mouth is pretty fun, and it's pretty like it's more based on like mahou shoujos and like Japanese transformation superhero things, right? So it was really fun because like they have a Megazord, and they had like a Megazord that basically, how I designed a Megazord to work, it will always come up with a weapon that will help at the current situation, and it's up to them to figure out how to use it. So like, oh, they call upon the weapon and it comes up with a giant book, and it's like, how do we use this book to beat the final boss? Yo, Ifusi, okay, take care, Fufu. You have a good one. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. And for all the Fufu, the Garys coming in chat, and the Cadence, if you guys are tired, get yourself some rest. You know, gotta take care of yourself after stream. But yeah, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. I kind of want to do another D&D campaign again. Enjoy the bath. Yeah. Oh shit, a big one. I won't say that to Fufu, but I will let the community say that. The community is saying that, not me. I only read what the community said out loud. But yeah, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Shitting the bath. So I can expect, I guess in the future, I'm gonna be doing a D&D like commission for the thumbnail. Alan, say so? Yes, I'm very say so. Thank you, Owo. 10 cents has been deposited into your account. So much people at the moment. Yeah, it happens like that. That's usually what happens with a big raid. But yeah, I really want to do a D&D thing with VTubers. I was actually thinking about that, and okay, how many people talking about VTubers? I don't know if you guys seen Gigi and Cece's new thing, but I was thinking like, wouldn't it be fun to have like a VTuber showcase, or like show? I wouldn't say reality show, but it's basically like they did like a little like stupid little bit where they pretended like it was a sitcom show. And it was like between the different talents, and I kind of think that would be really fun with VTubers. If I could like gather the VTubers and stuff, I wanted to like do a little like sitcom bit where everybody does like their own little dumb thing. I don't know. I was getting some ideas watching their little thing. She won't shit her bathtub. Katie will kill her twice. Oh yeah. Very say so. Yes, thank you, Yon. 10 cents has been deposited into your account. I think it's really like the GGCC thing that happened recently with their little sitcom thing was really funny. We still need to do karaoke. Oh, I had an idea for that. Okay, hear me out, chat. I want to do a karaoke, but it will be a community karaoke, right? You guys know in VR chat how like they have the little karaoke rooms. I kind of want to do something like that and get people in there to like take turns singing, right? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Would you guys like to join for a karaoke? Community? Yes, community karaoke, right? I thought it'd be really fun to do something like that. Karaoke, yeah! I'm not good at karaoke per se, but boy do I have fun doing it. I also had an idea. I had an idea for a monotone karaoke, right? Where it's like, you don't actually sing with tones. You just sing like full monotone. Like for example, I've been practicing this just for fun. Let me go turn off the audio. What a thrill. Or what a thrill in darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'm melting to you. What a fear in my heart, but I'm so supreme. I give my life Not for otter, but for you. Something like that. I thought it'd be really fun for a monotone commission, or monotone, not commission, karaoke. I don't sing well, but if I can enter. Yeah, you guys could just sit around and we'll just have fun. It's supposed to be just for fun. Only if you really want to do it. You know? I really want to do something stupid like that. When everything like gets back to normal, I'm gonna definitely do stupid things like that again. I personally don't like how people play Dungeons and Dragons yet never actually do dungeon delving. I think it's supposed to be like half and half in a way. The way my DM, my dungeon master told me how to do it when it comes to designing things is that you have to have your story in arcs, right? So you have your town arc, which is like the inquisition or inquiry and figuring things out. Then you have your journey arc, which is when you get to wherever you're going, and then you have your dungeon arc, right? That's how my DM told me that I should design kind of like base campaigns, right? I was hit someone if I had to listen to that for more than a minute. Perfect. We'll have a 2-hour stream of that. You'll be ready. But I think it's interesting because I do think in D&D campaigns, I think the town part is just as important, right? The town part, in my opinion, is just as important as the actual going to the dungeon and dying arc. If you don't like combat and dungeon delving, play different system. Yeah, I get that. There is a lot of different campaigns and different things you could do with D&D. You? Oh, I forgot to ask Fufu. Did Fufu want to join the island on Tomodachi Life? Okay, I'll ask her. I'll send her a message in DM. Because I'm recruiting people for my island on Tomodachi Life. As you can see on top right, for those who don't know. I'm doing a Tomodachi thing, and usually I have it during drawing streams and when I play the game. But all these are chat members and VTubers. And I thought it would be really fun to do that. I'll ask her later. The latest published Dragon Adventure? Yeah, I wish there was more town stuff. Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing too, because like I think it's just dependent on your DM. Because my DM back then, back in my university, they really liked the town arc more. They really like go much more into depth with it and try to like plan out like what characters will say. So they really enjoyed that aspect. Granted though, they did a beginner campaign for us. They didn't really give us high stakes. Like we really didn't have a chance of dying. And even when we did die, we had a reason why we came back. So it was a very low stake campaign to kind of introduce us. And it made sense. Me and my friends, my friends and I, were all new Dungeon and Dragon players, right? We never actually played D&D before until then. Daishima's in town. Or in the restaurant. I feel like they wanted to watered down D&D to a quirky fantasy game for Masterfield. Did they? Because technically you don't have to necessarily just make towns, right? You do have the dungeon dragons and stuff, right? It's usually up to each DM's own like prerogative, isn't it? I prefer 3.5. I don't know anything about the D&D versions, honestly, though. Honestly, though?
I'll never get tired of this.
Hi. Hey, Tuber. How you doing? Welcome. We're just working on commissions here. I'm working on a D&D like commission for Omophone right now. Omophone requested that I do it on stream, so here it is, and it looks amazing. I think it looks pretty cute. But yeah, I think when it comes to D&D, a lot of decisions for like town and dungeon management is usually up to the DMs, technically. The D&D rulebook and things like that are not like hard coded to be in every campaign. They're more like mere suggestions when you think about it, you know? It's one of those things that like you can decide to follow it hardcorely, but you can also like go off and do your own thing. You don't necessarily have to follow it directly. At least in my opinion. That's the way I think about like D&D campaigns or the D&D rulebooks, right? And you know what they say? Rules are meant to be broken. Grabs you by the throat. Yeah, rules are meant to be broken. Grabs throat.
Drawings?
I feel like Alan would be good at world building. Funny enough, I wouldn't actually. I'm not the best when it comes to world building. Like, I've done some world building stuff, but I don't really... The thing is, my takeaway with the world building is to build it as I go, rather than planning things all the way, like, from the very beginning, you know? I don't really like building things all the way from the very beginning and, like, plan every contingency and rule. I like the idea of just, like, going as I go, but Because of that, doesn't make for the best world building. Because I've always liked the idea of buckling down and just doing it and having fun more than like preparing. I think that's just exactly like exactly how my commissions and artwork. I just buckle down and just do it and have fun with it more than like thinking about it. Most don't tell my clients, but most of my ideas that come from commissions and doing commissions, don't hear this on the phone, is usually like the first thing that pops up in my head. Like I usually think like, oh, that would be fun, and I do it immediately, and I usually pass it on to the client, and they're like, yeah, I love that. That looks amazing. So you're gardener? Gardener? How do you mean by gardener? A lot of it's missing unless you use a lot of books. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Don't tell my clients though that. They'll be like, he doesn't spend as much time. Okay, maybe nobody will say that. My clients are very nice. Every single one of them. I love all my clients. You guys are amazing people, right? You hear that? I'm pointing at you right now. That's right, you chat member could be a potential future client in the future. In the future, tomorrow, today. Every single one of you. I think you're all wonderful, creative people. But what's a gardener? I have to get back into it. I won't lie though, like I am very beginner level when it comes to D&D stuff. I may say a lot of stuff about it, but I don't know much about it. You know, I think it's the thing is like I'm very surface level. I do want to get deeper into it, but it's hard to find the time because it's like a commitment. It's sort of like Final Fantasy 14 rating where you have to meet up weekly. Posture check? Okay. Hydrate? Okay. But I really want to get back into things that like with other people and have fun with it. I miss having friends, chat. I miss having friends. Someone said that there's two kind of writers, gardeners and architects. Ah, yeah, I guess I would be more of a gardener. What was that, Crack? That was a posture check. Do you guys not like explode when you sit up right? Because you've been like shrimping the whole time? I haven't heard that, but I think the thing is too, a lot of stories that I tend to enjoy, I do feel like they make it up on the fly. I think Final Fantasy 14 is a good example of that. Because like I know like if you look at the beginning of A Realm Reborn and catch up with it, you'll notice like the motives and like of a lot of characters kind of change as time went on and the importance of specific characters, right? So I like the idea of adjusting and making the story as I go more than like planning everything. Like I would have like bare bones. Here's how I made my manga for a while. Like I would have my manga design where I hit specific milestones, right? Like, so I would say like, okay, Aine and Remy start off, Remy gets fired, right? So that's the first one. Remy gets fired, maybe 2. There you go. It's like, they enter a contest. 3, they meet with an editor, right? And I like the idea of those being the set milestones, but then the journey in between is what I come up with as I go, right? Maybe the journey as well has its own mini milestones, but that's how I prefer my story crafting. I never heard that term gardener versus architecture, but I like that. That's a good way to put it because architects have to really plan out for a lot of things. My friend who's a webtoon creator, they're more on the architecture side, right? And I think it kind of causes to clash heads, right? This is Action Kitty, right? Action Kitty's more on the architecture side. They like to plan everything out from the very beginning for the whole season. And if something doesn't make sense in it, then they can't move forward with drawing, you know? I think that's the thing. It's like, personally, like, it just really depends on what you're comfortable with if you guys are creative. Like, if you're comfortable more with planning on the fly versus like planning all in the beginning, I think that's like the way you could choose to approach it. But yeah.
Reminds me of the great outdoors.
Architects plan everything before, gardeners go with the flow. Yeah, that's me! I'm definitely a gardener. They call me Alin Gardner. He hardly knows her. Laphel. Gardener? I wouldn't personally recommend D&D as Wizards is not handled it very well. I haven't kept up with D&D. Anything happening with it? Because I haven't really seen anything D&D like... I don't follow
I forgot
the
to greet
D&D.
everyone I encountered.
Did I? My brain's kind of hurting with this. Did I really draw down the wrong layer? I think I really did draw down the wrong layer. Be the artist. I hate art.
I lost every single sock I
Hate it. I find a lot of architects DMs I've had, unless it's just the whole planning aspect, struggling in more chaotic parties. I think that's the thing too. It is one of those things that it's a different skill, right?
I stepped on everyone's feet.
I know when I was like doing DM and like DMing for a bit with my friends, or at least trying to, there was like a lot of improvising I had to learn to do. You had to be able to like adjust on the fly, because like, especially with teams that like decide to do something out of pocket, like it's always funny when they do it out of pocket, because it's like, okay, I just want to kill the guy. It's like, wait, what? It's like you don't really have anything planned for like if they want to kill said character, because you would have expected to say kill said character.
I kept randomly
right?
shouting, Mario, Mario?
Mario, Mario? Looking at the internet, it was a quote from someone that cannot finish his books, the author of Song of Ice and Fire. What's Song of Ice and Fire? That's Lord of the Rings, right? Is that Lord of the Rings, or is that something else? Sorry if I offended Lord of the Ring fans, because I don't know which one it is. Game of Thrones? Okay, I haven't read a single thing of Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I'm not a real gamer.
I want someone to love me.
Oh, Daishima, me too. Dude, Daishima. Haven't either? I just offended every single Game of Thrones fan. But yeah, I don't know anything about Game of Thrones. I heard it's good. My friend was recommending me a lot to pick up Game of Thrones, and I said I would do it eventually, but I never did. And I know like it's not as popular as it used to be, you know? Alan, as compensation, make my me talk to Amafo. No, I gotta focus. Amafo wants this commission done. I like how you're dyslexic. If you plant too much for the head of the head, it'll be rigid and may shatter at any time. Well, if you make it all as it goes, it's flat contradictory. I think yes and yes. But I also think that the thing about planning ahead, it allows you to kind of set the rules for the world, right? And if the rules of the world is set, you know what you can get away with and what you can't get away with, you know? So I think that's important, because a person that makes things up, right, as they go, can fall into the trap of like plot holes and inconsistency and like things that don't make sense, right? Look at JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Starfinger! Right? It works though. It works. Both stories work, right? About sides on their own. I guess you could say you want to do both. No, not both. But I'm talking about like if you do one or the other, right? The problem with like having a world that's defined is, or not the problem. The good thing about having a world that's defined is that you know what falls under what rules fall in your world. Daishima's been going to the cafe a lot. Is Daishima alone? Does Daishima have friends? Does Daishima need a friend? It went worse until that disastrous finale. I always wonder about it. Like, people tell me that, like, at least before the Game of Thrones finale, people told me that the Game of Thrones series was amazing, I should check it out, but suddenly after the finale happened, they said, like, don't ever watch it. Like, I don't know if I'll ever check it out. So, and this is spoilers for anybody that likes Game of Thrones. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you might want to leave for this conversation, because I'm gonna shake you guys up to figure out what happened in the finale. What happened in the end of Game of Thrones that made people hate it so much? Is there, like, does anyone here follow Game of Thrones? I'm curious. What is it that Game of Thrones did that made people dislike the whole series? Not just, like, the season or anything. It takes a lot for people to hate. Hello, Unk? Does Unk stand for uncle or for uncool? Hey there, Freaky. How you doing? Sounds like you're getting freaky with it. Has problems at the core story, ending it hard? I see. It's probably one of those, like, forever stories then. And we're gonna make this story forever, chat, and you're gonna love it, right? But yeah, I'm kind of curious. If anyone's seen Game of Thrones, like, what is it? What made the ending so disastrous? If somebody wants to fill me in, I would love to hear it. Because I can't think of like anything that would make me hate a series so much that I regret it. Then again, my friend had that problem with Naruto, right? I don't know if you guys how many Naruto fans are here, but people hated how, or my friend hated how Naruto ended. Partially because they didn't like that Naruto and Sasuke, or not Sasuke, Naruto and Sakura didn't get together. Like they like to tell me how like they hate that Sakura got together with Sasuke, and I don't know the characters arcs as into what that led to that. I do think that Naruto and Sakura do look better, but I don't know what led to that happening. For all I know, the ending's wasn't well made, and that's enough to make somebody hate it though. More lack heroes. Is it one of those things though? Like I always wonder if it's like one of those things people are exaggerating. Why would Sakura ever get with Naruto? I don't know anything about Naruto, but my friend, when they explained it, they said like she looks like his mom or something like that, and acts like his mom or something like that. So it only makes sense that they get together. I don't know. I don't remember the whole thing. Naruto and Ino, sure. I don't know who Ino is either. I just know Hinata and Naruto and Sakura and Sasuke just because my friend hated the ending so much. I heard Naruto's sorta good though. Sakura's a bitch. What did she do? The Dragon Girl went crazy pretty fast. I never liked her, to be honest. Okay. Becoming Snow Guy and leader of the winter enemies was for nothing cause? Interesting. So it seems like characters were just out of character in the finale? That's what it sounds like. It sounds like basically for the final episode of Game of Thrones, it sounds like people, basically they didn't like characterize their characters well. Which makes sense. I can see why people would hate that, but is that enough to hate the whole series as a whole and say that you never like everything else about it? Because I feel like the ending of that had to be really, really bad for people to say they hate it. And I know there was a lot of people that felt the same way with Naruto. In a very unsatisfactory way, and it was super rushed. Apparently the final season wasn't good either. I see. Because like if a series was to like make me hate it completely to the point where I don't like to think about it and I don't want to associate with it, it would have to do something very drastic in order for me to do something like that, right? Like say, trying to think, like change the whole cast of characters to a second cast of characters that I don't really care for. Hydrate? Yeah, I can hydrate. And killing off the original cast of characters without any explanation, right? I guess things like that would be stuff. But even then, like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's a series that I ever watched or seen or read that made me hate it. You have water this time? I do have water this time, actually. And this time I didn't drink a lot of water for lunch, so that way I don't have to pee. When they ran out of book stuff, yeah, usually that happens. Look at Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the problematic, I caught up with the anime, but the manga's still not done situation. Better drink a whole thing. I am drinking it. I'm drinking it with a hydrate. You guys are making me want to pee again. Pee-pee. They call me Alin Laphel, right? Peeing at every moment of the day. I feel Bleach did it worse. Yeah, I think Bleach did it worse. Didn't they? Aren't they making a new anime? My brother is a big Bleach fan, right? Not because of the product, but because of the anime. Sorry, dumb joke. 10 out of 10. But yeah, he's a fan of the anime, and I was talking to him about Bleach recently, and he told me how Bleach was getting another season. I think the finale season. I don't remember, but I think Bleach is still going, which is crazy to think about. Like, of all the big 3 animes that's still ongoing, I wasn't thinking that Bleach was going to be one of them. Alin Laphel, yeah. Drink it all and refill it. No. Tone down the main romance? There was romance in Bleach? Was it between Rukia and Ichigo? Because I feel like that's the only one I could think of that would be romantic with each other. I can't think of any other characters that would have romance. I guess maybe Orihime. Orihime and Ichigo? Who did Ichigo fell in love with? Was it Ichigo or was it Orihime or Rukia? I really was a Rukia man. I was like, yeah, he's perfect with Rukia. But then like as the episodes go on, it was like, oh no, it's actually what's her name? Orihime. It makes sense. Literally removing the heroine's moments? Oh, I see. That's
exactly
interesting.
the photo I wanted to take.
The only thing I remember is that Dion sort of redeemed himself on death. Oh, interesting. I don't know who Dion is. I would ship Nell and Ichigo or Hannibal. I don't know who those characters are. I only know Rukia and Orihime. I would punch Rukia in the face. Why? Is she a bad character?
You are a
What happened with Rukia? I know, like, okay, my knowledge of Bleach only extends as far as the spirit world, because I did not actually keep up with it. I liked the episodes outside of the spirit world when he was like a magical boy who could transform into a samurai that cuts things down, cuts monsters down. I thought that was a fun concept, but as soon as they got to the whole like, oh, we're in the spirit society, I kind of like started like dozing off, because like I think the thing is like I kind of wish there was more anime like that was more based on the real world aspect. I think suburban exploration is a very underutilized thing. I watched Bleach for a while but stopped. Yeah, kind of crazy though, it's still going though. Rukia is the kind of person that would be very quickly aggressive, so like a tsundere. She looked like she was just a tsundere. I liked her hair though. Orihime marries Ichigo? Dang, the Rukia bowl's over. What about Rukia? What does Rukia do? Did they ever save Rukia? Or did Rukia die or something?
Just lovely.
Dyslexia just kicked in again, yeah. My dyslexia is here, and it's here to stay. Dyslexia? I hardly know her. She marries Renji? Who the heck is Renji? That's not my shipping! At least with Orihime, Ichigo will never go hungry. Does she make food or something? Oh, does she own a bakery? I don't remember. Was that the anime where she had like a big loaf of bread and she ate it? What anime was that? I forgot what anime there was. But there was like an anime where like the main heroine like has a bakery and she would come to school with a loaf of bread and that was her lunch. She would just like eat that. Was that Orihime? I feel like that was Orihime for some reason. My bread wife. She makes alright food. Potential. Biohazard food? Okay. The guy with extendable sword? Extendable sword? Hey Fender, how you doing? There we go.
You're like a stalwart.
She doesn't have a sense of taste. Oh, that's scary. That's like being tone deaf but with taste. From what I heard, someone on the anime team shipped Rukia for some reason. That's me! I'm not on the anime team, but that's me! I see there's a lot of people here. Yeah, we got a raid from Fufu. The Garys and the Cannons are here. Fufu was doing some, what's it called? D&D. But yeah, everyone's here. We're here. It's like the Smash Brother episode. The Smash Brother episode of Alin Laphel. I definitely gotta raid someone afterwards. Remind me to raid somebody, because I feel bad if I don't send the people off to somewhere else. Last time we got raided by Kumi, and we had all the viewers, I felt bad that I forgot to raid. Remind me at the very end. I haven't been raiding lately because I've been busy in and out going to the hospital, but I want to try to raid this time just so I could send off the people, you know? Pass it on to someone, make someone's day happy. Orihime's idea of food is let's add some ketchup, soy sauce, M&Ms. That sounds like a translation error. Did they actually do that in the Japanese version? It kind of reminded me of Digimon, because in Digimon they had that kind of thing where in Digimon they used a lot of English things. I'm too tired to raid. Just remind me, grabs you by the head. Remind me, throws you across the room. But I know in Digimon, like they often use like American things as a way to localize the anime. I remember that episode specifically, the one about making eggs. I think it was like an early episode, and they were hungry in the digital world, but they got a bunch of digi eggs or regular eggs. I don't know. So they made like a giant egg like dish, like a bunch of egg dishes. And then all the characters were talking about like the different toppings that they put on it. And Joe was like, "Oh, I just use salt and pepper." And some people like soy sauce, some people like chocolate sauce, and then there was like seaweed, and there was like also ketchup. And then someone said M&Ms. Sometimes whenever somebody mentions like, "Oh, the character tosses a bunch of ingredients," I think about that scene. But that scene also stuck with me just because like thinking about eating eggs and adding all that stuff on it. Something will happen when they eat it. I mean, did something happen when they ate it? Because if they're not wrong, per se, if they're not wrong. I never go to other streams from here though. I get that. Yeah, because I don't have YouTube rating, sadly. I'm not, I don't know how to YouTube rate actually, now that I think about it. I need to study how to be a VTuber. I don't know how to be a VTuber, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just an artist. Hee hee, hee hee. Makes funny picture. I don't know how to be a VTuber. There we go. Somebody needs to make the rule book of VTubing. How to be VTuber. And that person will be me. Watch this, chat. Let me teach you how to be a VTuber. What? Everyone there is waving. They wanna play a game, but I'm busy. I'm busy, me's. The food tasting weird? I don't think anyone gets sick from it. Oh, interesting. I don't know. I haven't watched much on what's it called, on the shonens as much, so I really haven't seen it. But I know that's like a very common trope in shonen anime. Ask Sorty how to be one. Yeah, when Sorty comes back from work, I'm gonna ask Sorty because he's like the best VTuber I know. He's like #1 VTuber. He would know the answer to that. How to be VTuber by Sorty Lel. Sorty Lel. More like Sorty LOL. The OG VTuber? Yeah, the OG. The first VTuber. The primordial VTuber. The stew of VTubers. If you were to become a VTuber, you would emerge from the primordial VTuber stew, right? And that is made of Sorty essence. Sorty's gonna come back from work and be like, what is he talking about? What? What is that? Okay. I'm making good progress on this commission though. I want to finish this by today. Well, maybe not on stream, but I know I'm gonna be busy. After stream I'm gonna have to cook, but what's it called? It's gonna take up some time. I might be able to finish this tonight. Oh, let me check if my client ever got back to me. But enough about me, chat. How have you guys been? Let me hear about you guys. Enough about me talking about my things. I need to hear, how was your day? How are you doing? Is the undiluted form of VTuber? Yeah. You could go hungry and ruin your health. No. There's one thing I won't compromise on, and it's eating. And it's because if I don't eat, I get actually very, very weak. And I don't know like if that's common. I know like the human body is able to survive like three weeks without food. But for me, I almost collapse without eating because I'm so... I don't know if it's because of my weight, because I'm so thin. I don't know if I'm technically underweight. I don't actually know. But I know that like I get very, very weak if I miss a meal. The only one I don't miss like is breakfast, but if I miss lunch or dinner, I get very weak. I'm like that too, yeah. I don't know if it's anemic or lightheaded, because like I start getting lightheaded, I get a little shaky, right? Doing great? Ooh, you're eating ghost pepper right now. How is that? Does the pickling make the pepper not so spicy? How much do you eat? I eat about 2,000 calories per day. I try to make sure that if I don't have a full meal, I fill up with calories that are fatty, right? But usually I eat a balanced diet of rice, meat, and vegetables, right? I fainted because of that? Oh, yeah, I had it one time where I did. But I usually try to make sure that I eat around 2,000 calories, right? Sometimes I eat above, usually around 2,000, but I try not to eat below. I try to fill up on snacks and like high calorie stuff to make up for some things. It could be the density of the calories of the things that I eat, I guess, in a way. Because I know like you could say like 2,000 calories in a milkshake. Are you sure that's enough for you? I always wonder about that because I heard that's like the average amount. I'm maintaining my weight. I haven't gone down. Eat uranium. Eat charcoal. Just eat charcoal. 2,000 calories. Guess what is tomorrow? Is it your birthday? I was thinking about that though, because I wonder if I'm not eating enough. Are Sarah and Tal just looking at each other and want to interact, but they haven't? Makes it more salty. Ah, and a bit hotter. Interesting. You could try to increase it. I'm scared of increasing it because I'm scared to gain weight because I know, like, not to say that I'm old or anything, but I know around my age group, people like say that you should eat better. Right? And like I'm trying to do that right now. I'm trying to like balance my diet. I'm trying to avoid very fatty food. You guess right? Happy birthday, Yon! Oh man, if only we could say happy birthday in the game. But yeah, I'm scared to gain too much weight, right? Granted though, I guess I could make up with it with exercise, but lately I haven't been exercising, so I've been just trying to balance my diet more. But I do always wonder if I'm not eating enough, right? Because sometimes I do limit my snack time. I try not to eat too much snacks per day, right? Especially sugar. I try to avoid eating a lot of sugar. I would limit myself to a specific number of cookies, right? So I would say like, okay, my dessert would be like 4 cookies, right? Something like that. Honestly, dope. Honestly, dope. And I would sometimes like when I drink something or have something with a lot of sugar, I would try to only have half of it. Maybe eat some fruits. I eat a banana. I usually eat a banana in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon. He's here. Sorry, heard you talking shit. Yeah, sorry, we were talking about how you're the primordial VTuber, the primordial stew that all VTubers arise from. Guys. They still have sugars? They do. Sometimes that's my dessert. I consider like things with sugar to be a dessert, right? So like I would eat like a fruit for dessert, or sometimes I would eat a I would drink apple juice, a cup of apple juice. I would consider that dessert, right? Not because it's like supposed to be filling, but it's supposed to be like something sweet to have afterwards. What you were talking about? We're talking about like how we had to ask you about all the questions about being a VTuber, because I forgot how to be a VTuber. The primordial VTuber is here. All hail Swordy! All hail Swordy! Have you heard Swordy's voice in Tomodachi Life? It's so good in Tomodachi Life. When is my birthday? It's no way. It's your birthday. That's because you gaslight me. If you didn't gaslight me so many times, I would believe you immediately. You're like, Alan, yeah, this is that, blah blah blah. The list of art com ideas, I don't know which one to choose. When in times like that, you could throw a dart. Sarah and Tal are still looking at each other. I like how they want to interact, but I haven't. Okay, I'm gonna let them interact. They are literally like staring at each other in like longingly and want to interact with each other. Sure thing, buddy. I have no darts. Time to pull it from a hat. Alright, they have interacted. Saren is afraid of her wife. How that doesn't make them hate each other. Pick A, B, or C. I would pick C. Where's Daishima? All I see is a floating head. Wait, wrong one. Head and legs. Give me a second. Look at Sadix running in the knight armor. How powerful. C.
I've got plenty of
You should go back to work, Swordy. You have like 8 16-hour shifts back to back. I really think you should get back to work. You gotta earn your keep, you know? You gotta donate to Akasupa, to Alin Laphel. Thank you for the Akasupa. I had 6 calls back to back. Dang. I forgot. Yeah, an M in your name? Yeah, I also forget it because like Alapho, you have like a name that's very bad for dyslexia people like me. A or B? I would pick B. Under camo, being all invisible. Oh, I get it! Oh, that's a pretty good joke. Oh, right over my head. Oh. Hilarious. I'm so stupid. Hee hee. 5 head? Look, did you guys get it? I want to hear you guys. You guys. I want to see you guys be a VTuber. Huh? Did you guys get that joke? Did your dyslexia kick in? How do I know you guys don't have dyslexia? Huh? 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 Eat. Yeah, your dyslexia. My dyslexia. Our dyslexia. You know? Apparently I'm one spiritually, yeah. You're dyslexic spiritually?
Ouch, ouch.
Alright, I gotta do a different coloring method with these ones moving forward. At least the ones that I had like... I probably went with the wrong coloring method. I have two different coloring methods I usually do. When characters aren't super complicated, I tend to like use just like go in there with my normal colors and do it myself. But when it comes to something like this where there's a lot of character design going on, I should probably like use a layer.
This is exactly the photo.
Why does water burn Daishima? That's very canon though, because Daishima's a tea VTuber, right? They like to make a lot of teas and stuff on stream. I don't know if you guys ever seen Daishima's content. It's actually really cool. I've never seen people brew tea before, and it's actually really cool to watch. If it works, it works. Yeah, it works. The thing is, both methods work, right? But the thing is, the one method works faster, and sometimes that's something I would need when it comes to commissions. Something to weigh over, right? Like going in with like personal colors does make it feel more unique, because like the one thing I don't like about just going in with one multiplier layer is that it comes out really much more flatter with colors, you know? So, because everything is just like a one tone. You could make multiple tones though, in theory, but it's like a lot more adjusting because like the layer adds or subtracts color.
Yeah? I've definitely stepped my game up.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Do ya? Uwu? Your uwus for today, chat? Your daily hightail mention? Hightail mention? Man, when Hightail hits 1.0, I'm gonna be talking about that game so much, I'll be like Hightail mention all the time. There we go. Speaking of which though, I saw a video that showed up on my feed, which I found interesting. And it kind of reminded me of a game that's supposedly still coming out. Do you guys remember Pal Farm? I haven't heard anything from it, but outside the announcement, but do you guys remember when Pal Farm was announced? It was supposed to be like the Pokopia counterplay or the Pokopia killer or something like that. I don't remember. I was just seeing a video that was just talking about it, but I just completely remember the existence of that game. Like, right now. Gonna have a stream. You know what? I do want to learn to stream coffee, like coffee making. I do want to do that one day. Because it looks really fun to do the process. I'm not saying this because of Persona 5, but I am saying that Persona 5 influenced that. Pal Farm was before Pokopia? Yeah. Yeah, somewhere around there, but what happened to that? Did they ever talk about it again? Because when I saw that video, I was like, oh yeah, Pal Farm existed. I don't follow Pal World people. I don't normally follow Pal World people, but like I said, I usually keep track of games that I enjoyed or games that I played before. Just got your boyfriend in Mystia. Ah, I heard they're gonna add marriage. There's no marriage in Mystia already? Still in development? Still no announcements on anything, huh? Plan to get expensive coffee setup as a business expense? You caught me! My taxes! You caught me! I won't lie though. I do need to come up with more expenses as an artist. Because I really don't spend much as an artist. And my taxes always look so sparingly because like it's all just revenue and there's no like expenses. Sometimes there's an expense, right? But I don't have enough expenses. Like I use my stream as advertising. So everything I do for stream and the expenses there I use for advertising expenses, but they don't add up that much. So yeah, coffee setup. About that expensive coffee setup, huh? But I don't abuse it though, chat. Okay, just as a heads up, just to make sure I don't get caught by the IRS or anything, I definitely don't abuse it. I only put my expenses and I do it accordingly. Like if I buy something for myself but I use it for stream, I cut that down to 50%, right? So I only add 50% of that to my to my tax expense. But if I bought it for stream or for my work, it's 100%. Like the printer, that's 100% on my tax expense, right? But say like a game that I stream, depending on it, like if it's a horror game that I bought because you guys want me to play it, then I 100% I put it on there. But if it's like a Pokopia, I'll put 50% on there. You know, that's how I do my taxes. Same with my electric bill too, since I work from home, and my rent space. Getting a $1,000 coffee machine that crushes, filters, brews, and pours, and then feeds it to him in bed. Yeah. I saw that actually. Okay, I was looking for a coffee machine, right? And Mama Sheep suggested that I should go check Costco because a relative gave us their Costco card to go there every now and then to check it out. And I decided, okay, I'll go check out Costco. Costco is not cheap. Whoever told me that Costco is cheap, both in-stream and out-stream, they are not cheap. I was looking for a coffee machine, and the cheapest coffee machine they had was $99. The most expensive one being $500. Sorry to say, chat, that is not cheap to me. It's like $20 or $100 bulk. It's bulk? I'm not buying a coffee machine in bulk. Why did people tell me that, like, to buy it at Costco for cheap?
A magnifying glass? Kind of
But yeah,
glass?
I bought it at
Glass
Walmart.
me?
The coffee machine I bought was $20, and it's good. I like buying. I like it in that I could drink a lot more coffee, since I can make 6 cups of coffee in it compared to my cappuccino maker. But I do like my cappuccino maker because the coffee is very strong. I like strong coffee. Are you buying pour over or pods? Pour over. If it's something in bulk, it's cheap. I don't think even buying in bulk is cheap. Like, I was looking at their meats and I was doing like some calculations, right? And that one wasn't really cheap. Then I looked at some of the things. Some of the things in their like snack aisle are just the boxes put together. And they're like, what? Maybe like a couple cents cheaper, maybe $1 cheaper. But if you were to buy it, say at like another store like Winco or like Walmart, you would buy it cheaper there. It's interesting. But I would say Costco items are definitely higher quality, right? In terms of food and stuff. But if you're looking for cheapness, it's definitely not it. You probably would get a better price ratio, I suppose, but you would, yeah, it's not like the cheapest thing. I have my mom re-educate you on Costco. I don't know, especially when it comes to produces. I don't think, like, I usually buy produces only, right? My grocery cart always looks like 70% vegetables, 10% meat, and then like 20% miscellaneous. Are you sure you like double check the price? Yeah, I double check the price. When I think about like the things comparatively, starts to make everything himself to save money. Yeah, I would, honestly. I would make it myself. In fact, okay, here's how I deal with my meat situation, right? In Winco, yeah, Winco is pretty good though. I like the prices of Winco. Winco is actually pretty cheap. In Winco, inexpensive, you have to pay with actual cash price. Or not cash price, cash money. In Winco, I usually buy a pork roast, right? And that's usually around like $10. And it's a big slab of meat, right? And I would cut this into stew-sized pieces of cuts. And I would also cut it into like slim cuts of meat, right? That I use as pork chops. That's $8. And I would get like maybe 6 portions out of it. I'm just saying. My birthday's tomorrow. I have a little party. Ooh, fun. Sounds good. You should just enjoy yourself tomorrow. You just have a lot of fun. Kirkland is Costco brand. It tends to be cheaper. Maybe that makes sense. The ones I was seeing was like on-brand items or like snack versions of on-brand items, right? Procures his own meat? No, I don't procure my own meat. I buy the meat, but I butcher it myself. Right? I would butcher the bigger cuts. And technically, you would, there's the argument they said that like that meat is not designed to be stewed or that meat is not designed to be fried. But you know what? It works. And I'm not in the market for spending a lot of money on grocery, especially with how expensive grocery is nowadays. I'm in the market to save money and eat and survive, guys. Let's go. What about let's go? Cutting your own meat? Oh yeah, those are Daichi. Why is Daichi going to the island of shame? We could be a full-time butcher if art fails. I don't know about that. Like, I just know how to cut meat. I don't know how to like butcher an animal, guys. That's like saying that like I could be a brewer just because I like made a cup of coffee, you know? But it would be funny. Okay, he realized it was a bad idea to go to the island of shame. So I take a U-turn. They realized their mistake. Oops, go the wrong way. I would feel that way too when I realize I'm going towards the island of shame. No island shame for you, Daishima. They understood their mistake. Isn't it? I mean, isn't butchering just cutting the correct parts? Butchering is stat, but also if you are talking about real butchers, I imagine butchers, well, it depends on the butcher like you're going to. I imagine the butchers tend to get full animals and they have to like clean it up and gut it and make sure that the portions are cut correctly. And oftentimes that does involve like being able to identify the parts of the cow or pig and be able to make the cuts cleanly. That way you don't have like leftover silver line meat from the another thing, things like that. Trying to fix the DMs I sent to make it make sense. For which one? For a commission? Okay, there we go. Meanwhile, I cooked a lobster for $15. How did you cook it? Yeah, I usually like try to save money wherever I can. I'm a bit of a miser, chat. I'm sorry to say. I don't know. I'm cheap. Which is both good and bad, guys. It's good to be cheap, but it's also pretty bad to be cheap. But I like to make sure stretch my money to go a long way, right? I don't like the idea of just spending things frivolously. It's in the fridge? That's how you cooked it? Also remove a potential hazard. Yes, exactly. Especially when it comes to specific fishes, because specific fishes you really need to make sure. Pre-cooked? Oh, I see. Did you eat it with anything like butter? How do you like your lobsters, guys? It will end with staring in the Christmas carols? Staring in the Christmas carol? Speaking of dyslexia, do you use a font to help with that? Nope. I think it's funnier. The thing is though, I have mostly dyslexia during stream, and that's because I have to read quickly and I have to speak quickly, you know? But if I have time to slow down, because then I'll read it, reread it, I'll look at it twice. Sometimes it does play effect in commissions, but most of the time, like, I would say dyslexia doesn't hit me as hard as it does on stream. But that's because I'm always trying to say something and always going fast. Never eaten lobster? Is it like shrimp? It's like shrimp. I would say it's like a big shrimp, but it's a lot more sweeter, flavorful. To avoid forgetting preemptively. Like, the thing is too, lobster has a very good taste when you cook it properly, right? Because if you overcook it like shrimp, it becomes rubbery, right? But a lot of the lobster juices, like when you say like boiled lobster or you say pan fried the lobster, a lot of that lobster fond works really well in sauces and stuff. Starring in a Christmas Carol? What's a Christmas Carol? What the heck is a Christmas Carol? Like the song? Sounds good? Yes! That's one thing you learn from cooking too. Like, call me Alin Pro Cookafel. But when it comes to cooking, a lot of times when it comes to like good meats and stuff, you often want to use the fond of that meat for sauces and stuff. Either that or soups. Because the fond of the meat after you cooked often can be reused into like adding to other things. Like what I like to do with my fond oftentimes is that I put a little water or oil, then I fry some onion and garlic, and then I put a little water, and then like I reduce it, right? And then after it's reduced, basically is a nice little sauce. Maybe add a little flour if you want to make it thicker or cornstarch. You don't know a Christmas Carol? I don't. Is it Charles Dickinson or Dickens novel? Charles Dickens. Sorry. Alan Bertafel, yeah. If you have lard, you can make beefy chicken dishes. I heard about lard. I never actually cooked with lard, but I know lard is literally just fat. It's kind of like butter in a way. I wonder if it tastes good. But the idea of it just being fat kind of sounds disgusting, but it's basically Wagyu like tallow. Tallow is tallow is just fat, isn't it? It doesn't taste good? Or doesn't what? Doesn't these sorry, I'll stop. It's your guys' fault. You taught me that phrasing. It's your guys' fault.
I felt a rush of
It doesn't taste good? Then why would you use it in cooking? Like, if it doesn't taste good, and it's technically bad for you because it's like, you know, a lot of animal fat, why would you use it in cooking? Does it have like an effect on like the consistency of the cooking that you make? It's one of those three. Oh, is that a Christmas Carol? Is that what that movie is called? The one with the three ghosts? I didn't know what that was the movie called. But again, I guess I never really figured out the title. I know it, like the plot of it. Blame Sortie, yeah. Okay, I know what a Christmas Carol is. I just didn't know what the title of it was. It's a novel? Ah, I know it as a movie. Because I remember watching Not to say that I'm old or anything, but I remember watching the very old like rendition of it, the one with the people and it's like the ghost and the very poor effects. Not to say that I'm old or anything, chat. It's a good lube for food and adding dishes, but you could do the same with oil and butter, and it'll add flavor. Same with like even olive oil would be better to make a moister sausage. Interesting, but can't you do the same thing with like say butter and oils? Alan Bean in it, yeah. Like the Muppet ones. Oh, I haven't seen the Muppet version. I remember seeing like all the cartoon or some cartoon iterations of it. You know, the one like with probably Looney Tunes probably did one.
You're an angel?
You're an angel? I could be your angel or your angle, chat. My favorite meme. I find it interesting too, like, it's a classic story, but I don't think I've seen anything recently that did like that Christmas Carol feel. It used to be done a lot of times in cartoons, like Looney Tunes and, as you said, the Muppets, right? Oh, it seems like on her way home she's remembering an urgent case? Task? Oh. She has to make a run for it. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. I mean, it's from 1843. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I thought the people would make more iterations of it nowadays. You know? It's sort of like, I'm thinking about it like an anime comparison. It's sort of like how anime tends to do the whole Kaguya kind of bit and the bamboo and finding the princess in the bamboo. And oftentimes I see that like a reiterating or it keeps coming back. Right? The idea of Princess Kaguya in that story beat and stuff like that, it keeps going back in much later animes, right? But I haven't seen anyone do the same thing with like Christmas Carol in like modern cartoons. Unless they subvert it. This would be really cool to see it in like some cartoons, even if it's just some iteration of it. But I guess when I say that it keeps doing the Princess Kaguya thing, it's usually in like anime, like comedy animes. Your angel or devil. Your angel or your devil may cry. Watch this devil may cry. Okay, Alan's got off task. Some sort of iteration. Ooh, I'm the ghost of Christmas, Alan. Oh, wow, it's been so long. I forgot. What was the Ghost of Christmas Alan for? Oh yeah, it was for the visual novel. Ooh, I'm the Ghost of Christmas Alan. Don't remind me of DMC? Why, did something happen with DMC? What happened with DMC now? I feel like something's always happening nowadays. You guys are my ears to the world because I don't really keep track of things. What happened to DMC? Did the Devils cry? The new season of Netflix came out? Ah, what happened with it? Past or future Christmas? Just Christmas Alan? It wasn't supposed to be past or future or present. It's just Christmas Alan. The Ghost of Christmas Alan. Just an Alan that's modeled off the Christmas holiday. I can't believe Alan died and became Christmas. Is it a very bad time for DMC fans? Dang. My condolences. I don't know anything about the anime, but if it's that bad, my condolences. Like I said, I think it's oftentimes with animations and like derivatives of a game or something, people don't often like do a good job with these what's it called? Derivatives? Localization? Translation? No breathing! Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding! Dude, sorry. Stupid. It's a paint font? Oh! I'm not gonna use it though. Sorry. Sorry to say, chat. I don't have dyslexia off stream. How are you today? I'm existing. I got that raid from Fufu, which was kind of fun. I like that. That was a fun moment. But outside that, I'm just doing my commissions. Just working it. Just work it. I like how Daishima ran home just so she got a bubble. There we go. Netflix anime basically spits on the basic thematic themes. Ah, I see. Interesting. You know, I still don't know what to do at raids. I need to start watching more like Twitch streamers because I don't know, like, when people get raided, what do you normally like? What do raiders like? What do people normally say to the raiders? Did I say everything? Okay, chat. Impromptu sheepy meeting. Okay, so scenario: you get raided. What do you say? What do you do? I know, like, when I raid Tao, I know, like, I picked up on some of the things she does, but outside that, I don't know what else to do as when you get raided. Pebble race and winner gets to punch a streamer? No, shut up. You are not helping. Tell them to get lost. I remember when we were the raiders. Yeah, we're no longer raiders, guys. We are passive sheeps. Say it with me. I'm just a sheep and nobody likes me. I'm just a sheep. Oh, dog. Oh, passive, yeah. I'm a mistake! No, not that! The Vikings are raiding my village, help! I'm just a sheep! You can't expect me to help you! I meant the bonk emote? Oh yeah. The thing is, we have become passive. Maybe it's time to return to our roots. We need to study up on it. Protect my ticks, I won't be raided. Yeah, I'm much more passive than you guys are. I'm a big baby. Sorry. Good thing the raiders aren't here. I would be so embarrassed if Fufu and friends saw me acting like a baby on stream again. And my stupid baby bit, making baby noises. There you go. 40 people saw it? Well, it's time for me to cancel myself. Time for me to have a Google Doc. Hello, everybody. Hello, everynya. I apologize for my baby actions on stream. I am not 12, and I don't know what this is. I'm 12, and what is this? Okay. There we go. You are like 12 times 6. Oh yeah, speaking of the GG stuff. I saw all the clips that came from the GGCC stream, and oh my gosh, these two, like, someone put it really well that these two are, it would be Gare if they just got married. Or no, getting married wouldn't be as gay as this, is what they said. And I thought that was really funny because it was just showing them hugging each other. It was really cute. Like, I don't know. I really like Gigi's and Cece's relationship. And I really want to find like another VTuber to be my, I wouldn't say power couple, but like my duo, you know? Like if we were to play Fortnite and queue up, I want them to be that, right? And it doesn't even have to be a girl. It could be just like a homie, a bromie, you know? Me and the homies are gonna go like do duos in Fortnite. You've been saying this every full Boko? Yeah, I know. I've been lonely. Oh, I need friends. Why do people actually talk like that, to be honest? Which are the baby noises? I think it's just supposed to be like a funny iteration of what like people normally do. But I don't think I've seen anyone talk like that normally. Banner PC, time for you to shine, brother. Yes. I had to take auditions. We have to cancel him like he's a problematic media. Oh, that? Let's be honest, that's literally just online talk. I don't think anybody outside of online speaks like that. Like, we have to cancel them. You will have your crazy people here and there, but I want to say a good amount of people do not talk like that. Even when they're upset or mad at you, they just leave. Severe need help. I was distracted. What happened? Basically, I'm saying I need like a duo partner. But I think I need to do like auditions. Because I don't want to, either that or make it come naturally. I think, like, I feel like it's, Gigi and Cece's one relationship is really cute because it's so natural. But, yeah. Speaking of which though, actually, I saw the thing that happened with Mori Calliope on my feed. The whole thing that, like, I knew Mori Calliope went on break and she said, like, basically Hololive is blah 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 and all that stuff. And I just found it interesting because like when she came back and she talked about it, like I didn't catch the whole thing, I just caught the Spark Notes version. but she said that she wasn't going to leave Hololive, and she kind of wants to keep going and try and like having more different opportunities in there compared to being indie. And that's 100% true when you think about it. But I do think she kind of undersells herself, and it makes sense. It's the same like kind of thing where like some other VTubers in the I won't say their name, the company name, but felt not very confident going indie. But it's very interesting because like technically, yeah, while going indie might be a better case, you do have a lot more things available for you working in a company. Weren't you looking for someone to play Friends Swap with? Yeah! Yeah, and I also want to do someone like karaoke nights with somebody too. Well, not karaoke nights, but karaoke streams. Like, I think like I want to do it with Saren, but I haven't been able to contact Saren in a while since we both been busy. So she streams on her own schedule, and like Saren and I could have like a fun karaoke thing on stream, a duo karaoke, right? I think that'd be kind of cute. But it's interesting to see because like I guess it's one of those things you can't really just force it. You just have to like naturally talk to people and eventually become friends with them. I think it's more of a think what happens then you can make it happen. Are you talking about with are you talking about the Mori Calliope situation? Lurk, thank you for the lurk. I'll just keep working on your thing. I heard Swordy sings like an angel. Well, you'll have time to show it when we do the karaoke thing on stream, the VR chat karaoke. And more of a thing that happens. Oh, then you can make it happen? You mean the friendship thing? Yeah, I can see that. I think it's one of those things you can't rush it though. It's like, you gotta get to know people, right? And you'll know that one person, that homie, that bro-me, right? I think he's referring to me, stupid. Wait, who are we talking about? I'm lost. Are we talking about me's or are we talking about... Eh? Are we talking about people? Are we talking about friends? I'm talking about the GGCC relationship. And Mori Calliope. And I guess me's too. I guess we got that there. Making friends is hard. Oh. Oh, the sword. Yeah, okay, I get it. Hee hee. I get it. Good joke. Do you know how insane you sound? Yeah. Haha. Hee hee. Hoo hoo. Baby noises. Oh, sorry. Hey, Arian. Welcome to the channel. I should stop doing that because I feel like sometimes people's first introduction of me is hearing me make baby noises and they don't understand the context and are used to the idea of me saying that. Curse you, GG Budin. I do sound pretty insane. Life be like that though. It's an accurate first impression. I do not normally make noises. I don't know what you're talking about. Hee hoo hoo baby noises. Sorry. I have to stop. We have to stop. I'm sorry to do it too frequently. We're getting to the point where we'll get to the point where I'm gonna start doing it in real life and do that for my friends. Sort of like how I say like, oh, hey chat, how's this work? You do tiny baby cough somewhere. Okay, that's because like sometimes when I'm laughing or exaggerated so hard that sometimes like my breath gets thin and that just sounds like coughing baby noises. Very serious. Yes, I am very serious professional. Make you sound like it would be less of a pev than you are. Pev? What's a pev? Coughing baby noises. I had to be professional. I have my reputation online, right? If I want to collab with other VTubers, I have to be on my top most behavior. Coughs on stream. Hem. Hydrate. Okay. I feel like hydrating is just an excuse for me to change topics. Daishima's been in his house a lot. Let me see. What do you need, Daishima? Maiso, are you hungry? Is that why?
Hello?
I thought I was gonna do something, but
My
no.
room could use...
I say no. It looks good.
You really?
There you go. Denied. You have water this time? Yeah. I do have water this time. There you go. I have cleaned my water bottle and filled it up. So, it is now hydrating arc. The hydration arc of Alin Laphel. Everything can be broken up into arcs, and this is now the golden renaissance era of the Alin Laphel streams. He can finally drink. He can hydrate himself. I can see, I can drink. Sorry. There we go. Alright. I think I should move on to a different character and then come back to it to see what I'm missing. But I think this one's mostly finished. Oh, wait, shoes. There's a lot of details on this character.
Wish I knew why.
I feel that, Daishima. I 100% feel that. I'm exhausted, but I don't know why. Okay.
I want to chat with someone. Anyone?
Yeah. Gee, I wonder why. Don't worry, guys. I did get a good night's sleep. Right? But I'm thinking, okay, chat. I need some professional health experts. How much coffee can a person drink without dying? I talked to my friend about this and they're like, Alan, ... A lot? What is a good amount of coffee? Slept 6 hours this time? No, I slept 8 hours. Speaking from experience. Because I want to drink more coffee, but I've been very avoidant of trying to drink too much coffee. Because I know, like, lately I've been getting heart palpitations because of it, right? But I think my heart palpitations are starting to cut back, which means I could probably start drinking more coffee. The thing that caused my heart palpitations in the first place, I could start doing it again. You know? Depends on how heavy your metabolisms are. I think my metabolisms are actually surprisingly really strong, considering how thin I am nowadays and a lot of the foods I eat. I tend to eat a lot of food, and I tend to digest it really fast. I think I still have really strong metabolisms, despite my age. Not to say that I'm old or anything, chat.
This is so strange.
Don't tempt luck, silly head. I know, but at the same time, like, things are gonna get busy, and I need to stay up some more, you know? So I need to prep my body, as Reggie Fils-Aimé may say.
If you ask me.
Did it take only 1 to 2? Because I know, like, that one day that I had like 6 cups of coffee. Granted, it was like 4 cups, then like 2 cups in coffee candy. Like that was really bad. I was tossing and turning in bed and trying to go to sleep, and I was having like really bad heartaches. You could sleep more since coffee doesn't make you less tired. It just stops the feeling. I could. That's the problem though. I just don't have the time to sleep more. I wanted to take a nap, but I don't think I'll be able to take a nap anytime soon. Be careful. I'll try my best. I know I'm gonna be really busy in the oncoming days, both with commissions and real life. So I want to make sure that I'm prepped for it. Life is like that. You know what they say? Life is like a can of coffee. You can never run away from it. Okay. There we go. Let's make these little braces for the shoes. Something like this. My improvised braces. There we go. I was thinking about other methods too to kind of stave off sleep, but I heard exercise is good. I've never been to a gym though. I have my own dumbbells and I have my own, like, my friend also is willing to lend me their treadmill, but I wonder if that's a good like exercise compared to going to the gym. Like, okay, where's my gym bros in chat? Gym bros who pay for gym membership. What do you do in the gyms? Is there anything that you can do in the gym that you can't do at home? I imagine some of you guys might do like big heavy weights, but I have like small dumbbells. I think all my dumbbells are 15 pounds, and if I add the other 5 or 10 pounds, they'll become 25 pounders. But I usually just use 15 pounds on them. Depends on what you want. I just want to exist. I don't want to, what's it called? I don't want to die. And I think that's a very common thing. So I just want to be healthy. Never gone to the gym before. Use the machines that cost $1,000. Which machines are those? Let's consider a $1,000 machine. What makes a machine $1,000? Because like my only reason for going to the gym, or at least exercising, is just to survive. Objective survive. Maybe get healthier, right? Or basically get healthier. Like I don't need to lose weight. In fact, if I lose any more weight than I have right now, I might be considered an what's it called? Anorexic. So if you just want health, you don't really need a gym. Is that the case? Because that's the only thing I really need. It does help, but you can do simple exercises. I see. So I can get away with just like jogging and like dumbbells then. Because I was thinking about getting a gym membership because there was like there was a sign on my door and there's a gym membership that's just $15 a month. I was thinking about it, like maybe it's worth investing into a gym membership, but I just don't know how handy is a gym membership. Gym bros show up. Jimbo. Jimbo sounds like Jimbo. AI bros, rise up so I could ban you. I did go on a banning arc or blocking arc on Twitter recently because of all the AI bros. I decided to seal my deal and say goodbye to all the AI bros. So I blocked a lot of AI bros yesterday. The ones from the party animal thing I told you about, how like I like to go check up on that just for fun. I decided to block all those AI bros. I was gonna turn into a twonk. I don't know, that's the thing. If I get any thinner, it's gonna be bad for me. Like I said, back in high school, I was considered anorexic, right? No, not anorexic. I was borderline underweight, right? If I lost any more weight, I would have been considered underweight, but I'm not considered underweight anymore. I'm actually at normal weight, but I don't want to lose any more weight to do that again. Can be good, but only if you plan to use the machines and equipment at some other facility. Are the machines better for like exercising than dumbbells though? That's what I'm curious about. Like I know the treadmill's there, but the treadmills are easy to kind of like, you know, treadmills are easy to bring home. I'm still underweight still, yeah. I think that's the thing. It's like being underweight is just as bad as being overweight, you know? And it's something that doesn't get told a lot. But it's hard to, especially for people who like have smaller guts, to kind of get overweight. Define better. Define better as in like, you know, you get more benefits from it. Like say like me doing my dumbbells for 20 minutes is something I could do with a machine in 10, right? The amount of calories burned as well as the amount of exercise done, right? Something like that. That's what I mean by better. Oh, sorry, I don't know. I decided to. Oh, because I do want to like get healthy, right? Work out, get healthy, get healthy, get healthy. Sorry. Honestly, no. Honestly, no. Where's Alin Laphel? I kind of miss Alin Laphel with her stupid honestly though. Daishima's doing some yoga. Let me see what Alin Laphel's up to. And then he's asleep. Can you say honestly though really quick, Alan? I want to hear you say honestly though. Huh?
Heyo?
Heyo?
Honestly, though,
Honestly,
I feel
though?
like I could use a style update. You know, something new to wear, right?
Honestly though? Honestly though? Yeah, sure. I'll get you something really quick. Honestly though? Let's give you this one. There you go. I don't think it works like that, but I'm not a specialist. She loves it! How cute. More that the machines can help you work on specific muscles. Ah, okay. Honestly, though, I didn't pick it though. My niece, it was nice, tasty enough. Never go wrong with chocolate. Ooh. Give me a second. Is it for your birthday that they got it for? Or at least I think so. Yeah, we need some gym bros here, chat. Where's all my gym bros? Gym bros rise up. Touch grass. Let's go. Should I have him like looking down and it's like dark? Maybe his face is dark too. I think so. Okay, I have an idea what I could do here. Might as well practice some new coloring techniques. So we'll do like the simple ambient occlusion. Let's do a layer. Okay, let's do this properly. Okay, something like this. Okay. Mine and my brother, which is some days before. Me Sorty, come forward. Yeah. How is it that Sorty relates to every single conversation? Is it because he's a VTuber and a exercise expert? Dang, Sorty wears so many hats. I wish I was as cool as Sorty. Be sure to follow Sorty, guys. There we go. I'm what they call a Renaissance man. Master of all arts and skills. Watch me. I was actually thinking about that though. Like, I was looking on Twitter and like because of all the AI stuff that's been happening recently, already following. Nice. I was thinking about it like in terms of like if I wanted to design a game or like say I wanted to like program or something. I found it interesting that my first thought is like how could I learn said skill more than it is like turning to AI. Because I was reading like how a lot of people didn't really want to turn to learning the skill because it would be too time consuming or something like that. I don't remember the argument they were having. But I think it's one of those things that, I guess in a way, it is harder for some people to learn skill sets and such. But I think that was me with drawing. Because like when I started out drawing, like I didn't suddenly just know how to draw. And I didn't suddenly like became a great artist. It was something that I kind of persisted with. And I did want to learn programming so I could make my own game one day. It's kind of crazy to think though, like some people's first like concept with when it comes to doing something creative is to turn to AI. I don't know how to do anything. It's one of those things that like the pick up and learn and do. You could literally do anything. It's just the only thing that really is holding you back is just yourself, you know? And I won't lie too, learning to draw, the thing that held me back the most was myself. I got disappointed in what I could do. I didn't think I could handle like being an artist, all that stuff, right? The biggest hurdle in my... Give me a second, just making sure the color's right. The biggest hurdle in my journey of being an artist was literally myself. And it was literally thinking that I couldn't do it. I can't become a good artist. I can't do anything, right? And that's why I think it's a very interesting like thing that people are turning to AI when people can't do something. You proved yourself wrong. Exactly. Granted though, I still like feel that way sometimes with some of the things. I do feel scared that my art does not like, even though my clients do like it, I do still feel that fear. The thing that holds you back most is your wallet. And your self-work too, yeah. I guess the wallet thing you could say, but there's a lot of free options, especially nowadays. Like especially nowadays, YouTube is a very great resource for learning a lot of skill sets, you know? Because if you need something, somebody has probably made a YouTube video on it. And it may not be the best of guides, but it's something to get you started. I think that's another pro tip. When it comes to learning something, don't only just learn from one person, right? If you learn from multiple sources, multiple people, you'll pick up on skills and ideas and different things, right? But everybody has a different perception. So it's important that when you do things like that, you take the time to learn from multiple artists. So I think it's interesting. It's interesting. Interesting thing to think about. Some food for thought, as they say. Okay. But yeah, if you ever feel like you can't do something, try to tell yourself, no, you can do something. Like, don't first resort to like, I can't do it, so I need to use AI, because sure, you can't do said skill set now, but you can learn. Either that or you can find someone. Both things are very probable, right? That's why I respect Merryweather a lot, right? Merryweather I respect a lot because Merryweather is not an artist. And you may think he's an artist because every time he posts something, it's usually his comic, right? And you would think that he draws it, but he doesn't actually. He's just a writer. And Merryweather actually hires artists to draw his comic ideas for him. And I have a mad respect for that. Because Merryweather worked really hard to get the money to pay for the artist, and he just kind of ramped up from there. Started off with like a small comic idea, then he started hiring more artists for multiple comic ideas, and so on and so on. I have really, really a big respect for the fact that he was able to do that on his own. You know? The fact that he didn't really, and I thought about that too because I guess like back, if like nowadays people might resort to AI, but that's a good way to approach it. If you can't do the skill, maybe you can hire someone just by working. He's kind of cringe. Is he kind of cringe? I don't know much about him. I just know about him and his comics and stuff. Until you find out what you're trying to do. Until you can't find what you're trying to do. That's true. That's true, but if that's the case, here's another tip for my creatives. Dig your hands into your subject. Right? Sometimes a lot of skills can be learned just by doing it and practicing and making small projects and learning on the go. That's something that's also just as important as like hiring someone. I still remember the Blue Sky comic, Blue Sky? Like, Blue Sky's the website or Blue Sky isn't a blue sky? I can't do it and leave it at that. I don't use AI, what's the point? Yeah! Still don't know. That's true. I guess that's the other thing too. Don't ever feel pressured that you need to create something, you know? I'm just, you know, I'm here. Just to give you motivation. But yeah, if you guys really want to create something, think about that. Gotta break out the TOS to talk to the AI bros directly. I don't know how many to tell you, but yeah. What you can't do can always be solved with money. Granted though, I do hate how like some artists are resorted to AI too to make art for other people, and that doesn't make sense at all. That's silly. That's dumb. Like, especially when the client commissions them, it's like, why did you turn to AI? Sure would. He made a comic about how Twitter is so toxic and how Blue Sky is, so he's leaving. Then he came back to Twitter. I didn't know that. But it makes sense. Honestly, I don't fault him because Blue Sky is pretty bad. It may look good on the surface, idea of leaving Twitter, but when you come back to Blue Sky, or when you go to Blue Sky and see what they're up to, you kind of just want to come back. There's a lot of people who do that, so I'm not too surprised. Do you think if I make enough money, I could also hire people, start hiring people like Merryweather does? What could I hire people to do? They're both bad? Yeah, let's not deny. One is the lesser evil, but Twitter is really bad too. Like, it's a pretty bad website.
What am I watching?
You think our VTuber agency? You know what though? Actually, I kind of want to try that. But the thing is, I don't want to start with like how like everyone's doing waves. I just want to start with one VTuber to manage and then just work my way up. I'll badly rage bait on your behalf. I hate that. Oh my gosh, yeah. Twitter is literally just 2004 chat. Everybody's rage baiting. I hate it. I honestly don't mind him, but he's very heavy-handed in his messaging. That makes sense. I can see that, especially since he makes comics that way. But I love this small community. It's an awesome community that makes my day better. Aww, coffee baby noises.
I want to try some
Yeah.
cherry top with some tap water.
I'm glad you feel that way. I like my community too. Build your own Merryweather company. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I was thinking about that. Like maybe if I do make a lot of money, maybe I could start commissioning artists instead. Not to do my work for me, but just to give them projects to do, you know? Because what is an artist but the patron? And that's the thing, like, okay, here's how I feel about money too, right? And I was thinking about this because I bought some fast food the other day, and it was just a way to cheer me up. But then I was thinking about like how $1 goes a long way. Okay, that sounds stupid. But I was thinking about this because I went to buy like, I think it was Jollibee, and that meal costed me like $11. It was like a sandwich, drinks, fries, and it was tasty, it was good, and it made me feel better in the moment. But I was thinking about like, technically that $10, $11 could go much longer in different things, you know? Like say, like if I was to get like assets made for commissions and stuff like that, or if I was to buy a video game, like you could save a lot of money from not buying specific things that are just in the moment pleasure, you know? Something that I was just thinking about. I mean, it's good. Okay, not to say that you shouldn't. I think it's good to do it every now and then, but I do think that there is a what's it called? There is a money cost fallacy, not fallacy. There is a cost thing that to it, I I guess. I don't know how to put it. Basically, the money could go elsewhere. And I was thinking that, like, if I use the money for artists and stuff, maybe if I ever get rich, that'll be something fun to do. Hey, Pixel, how you doing? You like it until they misbehave and they get put on the island? Yeah, for now. Nobody's been on the island today. Nobody's on the island of shame. Nobody rage baited me like Twitter does on a normal basis. I mean, you could save your money for buying one cow and butcher it once a year. I like how oddly specific that is, but that would be something I would do. Hey guys, welcome to my stream. Today we're gonna butcher a cow live on stream. We're gonna make live sirloins. Fresh from the cow. I'm tired. How's Alan? I'm pretty good. I got enough sleep. He was pretty cute. I got some sleep yesterday, so. But I was talking about yesterday, Pixel, how like I got really tired and I ended up like falling asleep at some stoplights yesterday after stream. So yesterday I decided to get like a good amount of rest. I was trying to push myself to finish some more commissions, but I thought it would be better that I get some rest and then like work from there. Are you ready to sing? Oh yeah, Pixel, I was having the idea of like we could have a community karaoke on VR chat. That's freaky scary. It was scary. I was kind of worried that like, granted it was at a stoplight, and I think that's good. I'm glad that I fell asleep at a stoplight and not at anything else, you know? Karaoke? Yeah, I think it'll be really fun. I want to have a karaoke night with the sheepies where we do it in VR chat and we all take turns going on stage, you know? I think it'd be really, really fun to do something like that. Definitely close my eyes mid-drive, yeah. Well, it wasn't like closing my eyes mid-drive, it was just at the stoplight, and I could tell I was starting to fall asleep because of the things that was going to my head. Live butchering stream by Sheep VTuber would be an insane stream idea. Yeah, I think it would be good. And it helps too because my favorite food is actually lamb chops. I love the taste of lamb chops. Cursing tequila. I didn't realize the VR. The thing is though, it's not, you don't need VR to do. You can play VR chat without VR. So for people who are worried that you guys are gonna need VR chat, you can actually do it without it. Because I've been playing VR chat without it. Also works on phone and PC. Really? That's pretty cool. Honestly though? Honestly though? Honestly though? So many people are talking. Is that? Are they in the same area? You fell asleep in public? No, I was driving. I know, Alan. I would never played it. Not, yeah. It's pretty good. Honestly, though, I think the best shade of green for this is Ligma. What's Ligma? If so, dude, you need more sleep than the coffee. I probably did, but I did get my sleep yesterday. I got 8 hours of sleep last night, so I couldn't like push myself anymore because I was starting to fall asleep while drawing commissions. So I had to get to sleep. Like I was like trying to push myself to do one more outline before I fell asleep, but I couldn't really do it. Ligma ball! Yeah! Sorry. Found an Oculus Rift, gonna pick it up once I'm paid. Oh, that's nice! Is it in a store? What's the Oculus Rift from? So I guess I'm out. No store in my current sells VR. You don't want to get VR, guys. It's just for, it's called VR chat, but it's more like just chat. Because we could go without the VR. 8 hours is for when you aren't missing hours of sleep. That's true, but I think it's enough to get me going. That's for sure. So, I think I'll make up for the sleep elsewhere with like, say, naps and stuff, but right now it's enough to get me going. That's all I really need at this point. You don't need a desktop? Yep, you don't have to play it. You don't have to. So, everyone's here. I'm skeptical because the seller description says something about 150 or best offer. Yeah, I'm always skeptical about things like that. Ligma green. It was stated before it's the best shade of green. Ligma? More like Ligma knees. Current mission, survive, yeah. Everything will be over soon, chat. I will take care of things. Everything's still fine. I just need to persevere, you know. I'm like a rock. I'm stalwart. I'm very persistent and stalwart in my thing. And crazy, apparently. Considering how much art I do. I was talking about it with my friend group yesterday in our regularly scheduled weekly meetings. And when I told them how many commissions I was doing, they told me I was crazy. And you know what? I'm starting to believe it a little bit more and more now that I think about it, about what I do. I think of it as persistent and stalwart, but I guess when you think about it, it can come off as crazy, you know? I see myself as a visionary, ambitious, right? With a goal in mind. And that goal in mind is just to be able to turn what I do into a career, you know? But, dog. But, one second. But, oh, you're a little butt. I'm gonna bite your butt. It's an overworker. Yeah, I guess I am. Even in my previous job, I was kind of an overworker too. Like back when I used to work in education, I also had to stay over, and I know I didn't have to per se, right? I didn't have to come in on the weekends. I didn't have to stay like an hour or two after work. But I had to like catch up. Oh my gosh, my life is literally just catching up on everything, isn't it? My life is just a mess of catching up on things because I know I had to catch up on grading and I had to catch up with other things. I had to catch up on making sure to schedule plans and stuff like that. My life is just a catch up. I'm just a catch up session. Will you continue doing it? Yeah. My life is a mess. I don't know what to do. Oh, would be sensei? Yeah. I was a sensei for a bit, right? Granted, it was for, it was a little while ago, and I taught for a while. I don't know how much I want to go into it, honestly, because I don't want to, like, you know, reveal who I am. Because I bet, like, the thing is, like, they keep records of everybody that, who worked in the education field, so you could probably find me pretty easily. Maybe I can buy them off them? I mean, like I said too, I didn't hate my work in the education field, but I did hate the bureaucracy behind it. You know, Alin thought I said, you caught me! Not to say that I'm old or anything, chat. Not to say that I'm old or anything. But, there you go. Alright, we'll draw this character next. So we have this character. Alright, I finished her. I have to keep going back to them. Like, I'm gonna go back and forth. So the thing is, like, moving forward and looking at each character, I can go back and see how they look. Who's that over there? Is that Alin? Alin relaxing on the beach? Alin's kinda cute. Sleeping on the side like that. That's kinda cute. No cursing. Yeah. That's why I'm so good at not cursing, because I used to work with kids before. So I can't say, you know, all the curse words or anything. So, and also my friends don't like cursing either. Legitimately, you are scarily close to Sensei. Is it because Sensei's an artist? Like, what was it about Sensei that makes Sensei Sensei? Is it just working in an education field? Does Sensei also hate bureaucracy? Who are we following? This adorable outfit? Alright, this Yeah, this adorable's outfit. It's Daishima. Sensei is a teacher, and that's relatable. I think, yeah, he's overworked and pushed himself too hard. Oh, he's just like me! I'm literally Sensei! I also worked with the education field. Yeah! Granted though, like, I didn't work in the older kids field, I worked in the younger kids field, so. I know, like, for my training, I worked in a kindergarten for a while. Unpaid, though. Unpaid. I was there for a whole year, unpaid. Wait, was it a whole year? I think it was a whole year, was it? Or was it, like, half a year? I think it was, like, half a year. I don't remember. I think I did a whole, like, couple months in a kindergarten. Did I? No, I know I did. It's just, I tried to think, how long was that? Was it that? It was definitely more than a week. Because I know we did things like make applesauce and teaching the kid to make applesauce. Yeah, it was definitely a whole semester. So it wasn't. No, was it a whole semester? I know I left around autumn. The pumpkin season start, Christmas. I want to say it was like a whole month, something like that. I worked in with kindergartners for like I want to say at least maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months at most, because I remember I had to schedule for them their autumn pumpkin patch field trip. I had to figure out all the things behind it. I know I was there towards the school year start. Sensei hates bureaucracy. Yeah, honestly, okay. I know, like, I don't know if you guys ever worked in a job when it comes to managing kids, but whenever you have to deal with the backwards bureaucracy with a lot of things, it's kind of crazy because there's a lot of things you can't really do with kids. Like, there's no like punishment. I got in trouble for holding a kid in for recess, right? Because the kid was being bad. There's no also like. Also, they like, I guess being a male teacher, okay, being a male education worker makes it very, not calling you neat. No, I'm telling you, never. I don't know how many of you guys worked with kids, is what I'm saying. But being a male educator, I guess is very questionable because I know a lot of yard duties did not like the idea of me keeping kids in for like the recess, right? Like whether it's working with the kids because they missed out on the lesson or having to keep them for punishment. I kept getting in trouble for that. And I know like one of the parents kept on looking at me with side eyes like, huh, he's a male teacher. Man, keep them away from my kid kind of thing. It made it hard to work with some things. Like kids are sweet. They were very sweet, right? But they also like a lot of hugs. And I know like my kindergarten mentor, right? My kindergarten mentor told me like the kids really do need the hugs, right? Because sometimes they don't get at home and it's really sad. Like I felt really bad for it. But at the same time too, I'm always scared to interact with the kids. So whenever they come and hug me, I always make sure hands up in the air and I just do a stupid little thing just so the kids don't get like, oh, why are you putting your hands in there? So I just like go like, oh, wave my hands, hee hee. Yeah, the majority has seen sus near kids, yeah. So it was rough when I was working in the education field, and that was part of the reason I didn't want to work because I know it wasn't the job for me because of all that. It was definitely the bureaucracy behind it. I used to do daycare or childcare with Mama Sheep because Mama Sheep used to be a childcare provider. So, and it wasn't as bad because, you know, when you work in childcare and you work with babies, you have to like hold the kid in your arms, you know? They wonder why there's a lack of professors, yeah. I wasn't a professor though. Professor of babies, baby. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Historically, male teachers are the norm for most of our history. I could see that, but I think it's like a change in things, but I get why. And I won't lie, if I heard the same thing, I'd probably be suspicious of a male teacher or male educator or male person that works with kids. But it is one of those things that it kind of sucks to be on that side. And I try to make myself as trustworthy as possible, right? I try to be as professional as possible. But I do feel for them. Like when I heard when my kindergarten mentor did tell me that, how like some of the kids really do need hugs because of like their household, I felt really, really bad for a lot of kids. And like I try to show them the care and affection, even the ones that were really bad, like that kid that threw the basketballs at my window and basically drove, and that other kid that drove their desk in the classroom like a car in class. When I was doing the teacher thing or the education thing, I would reprimand them for it. But when they are alone and we are like, you know, being punished, I'm like trying to tell them like, look, I understand, blah blah blah, trying to be heart to heart to them, right? To make sure that, like, they understand I'm not mad at them because they're bad. I'm mad at them because their behavior or what they did, basically. You know? It's one of those things. And I'm an empath. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I'm a heavy empath. I tend to feel things very hard. Like, I feel very sentimental and all that stuff. I'm super empathetic. I have empath powers. I'm telling you guys, in another lifetime, I was probably a cute anime girl. The fanboy allegations is just pointing to the fact that I was probably just a girl in a past life. A cute anime girl from an anime. I go tee-hee in anime noises. Coughing baby noises. I was probably like a Nino my fanboy allegations go burr. That's the way I see those fanboy allegations. It's just that I was very, I want to say, what's the term I would use? I had a lot of feminine traits. As they would describe in the education field, there's masculine traits and feminine traits. I have a lot of feminine traits.
The sun's so bright.
Embrace the king, no. I'm still a man, guys, and I want to have a girlfriend one day. I need to be more masculine. I want to have a girlfriend one day, guys. Unless that girlfriend's, kind of, I don't know. If the girlfriend's kind of pushy, I don't know. It might work. I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about something like that. I was like thinking like if a girl pushes me down, would I hate it? I don't know. You really want to that skip me? In my opinion, say some traits are badly a woman are reductive. They are, but that's how the education field taught it for a while. But they reduced it down to masculine and feminine, right? But that is how they describe them. Kind of what game you play. I don't say it because, like, it's the thing that I think they really are. And I think a lot of things can be reduced to it, but not everything can, right? Some things are just neutral. And they have that term. It's called gender neutral. Something like that, right? But I do think there is a good classification of, or there's a lot of classification of things that's been in the education field a lot, right? Just like I learned, oh, what happened with Daishima? Oh, tree. It's okay, yeah. I also learned like too about like Asian Americans, tiny people, and how Asian Americans have like this rebellious arc. Because like the thing was like, did I tell you about this? Like about the book I read about in my education, like the idea of Asian Americans in... Did I put Daishima's house backward? I just realized. But they were talking about how like Asian Americans have Asian Americans that come from immigrant families can play out in two ways, and it was very reductive, right? But it is one of those things to kind of categorize things. Humans have a nature of categorizing things. But basically they were talking about how like there was an age of there's a lot of Asian Americans who take pride in that whole stereotype that Asians are smart and all that stuff, the intelligence Asian stereotype. But there's a lot of Asians that went against the grain when they came to the States, right? The kids of the immigrant Asians. And it was the idea that those were the rebellious Asians, right? And they would have more problematic relationships with their family and society because of their expectations to be smart. And I thought that was pretty true. And they do fall into those kind of two camps, the idea of the smart Asian and the rebellious Asian, the one that goes against social norms. Are more common in men, they aren't exclusive. Yeah, that's not what they taught us to. They are never exclusive. They are more common, and that's why they're called masculine and feminine. But yeah, have a Pixar detector or something? Probably. Pixel, yeah. Look, they love each other. But yeah, I am smart, chat. In fact, people say I waste my intelligence on art. Because they say, like, people said I was smart enough to become a doctor and all that stuff, and I could have, like, done science, computer science, or engineering. But nope, stupid artist, hee hee, haha. Okay, I wouldn't say I'm, like, very smart, but I was smart enough to do things, if that makes sense. So. Funny artist. Using all my intelligence. You like artists, not is and ways in. That's true. Being smart couldn't be me, yeah. Classic Asian trope, yeah. Who's Daishima, but the character's cute? Daishima's a VTuber, and they're a T VTuber. In fact, let me go advertise them right now since they're on stream. This is the nice thing about having VTubers on my thing. So Daishima is a T VTuber that does a lot of tea making, and it's actually really cool the way they do it. Daishima. Being an artist doesn't make you dumb. It doesn't make you dumb necessarily, but it is seen as something that doesn't require intelligence. Okay, here's a link to Daishima's video. There you go. You can see that they do a lot of tea making videos. Leonardo. Well, the thing is, back then, like, the artists were Renaissance people, right? They were men of many skills, right? So not only did artists knew how to draw, but they also had a lot of science and math behind them. Nowadays, it could be argued against it because technically nowadays, when it comes to artists, a lot of art, especially nowadays, is more about expression and abstraction, which I would argue is both good and bad. I do think art can have many wings and spreads, right? But I do think that the emphasis on math and sciences is not in art as much as it used to be. Doesn't require intelligence is why art sucks so much, yeah. Honestly though, I do try to use like a lot of math and perception in my art, right? Like for example, when I'm thinking about like characters, oftentimes when it comes to perspective of shots, I think a lot about like perception and ratios, like this character is further back, so how much ratio is he compared to this character, you know? So there's a lot of that goes on when I think of my art. Wando. Maybe that's why AI art is a thing, since people stop valuing art. Yeah, which is kind of a shame. It's kind of a shame how people disvalue art, because art is a skill. It's not seen as a skill because of, you know, all the memes from it, like, oh, starving artist, oh, he's just an artist, oh, he draws porn for a living. That should be me. But yeah, I feel like art is basically a butt of a jokes nowadays, but people don't appreciate how much of art affects a lot of their surroundings, you know? And I do think part of it too is that art is a very oversaturated market. There is way too many artists. There's a lot of artists. IO? IO for what? What? What did I say? Huh? Did I say something? But yeah, that's part of the reason why artists can be devalued. It's a saturated market, you know? And I feel kind of bad because I'm starting to see the same thing happen with what's it called? Programming? People starting to get very saturated and people are starting to look down on programmers and say like, hey, we can replace you. And that's stupid. That's gotta be really stupid. Saucy revenue? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Couldn't be me. I would never do something like that. But yeah, it's not there yet. It's not there yet. The artists or the programmers are still being valued, and it makes sense because, you know, AI is becoming more and more relevant. But at the same time, people are trying to push out programmers as fast as they can, which is really, really stupid. It's mostly AI training artists and programmers. Yeah, it's really stupid how that's the case, right? Especially since the programmers create the AI in the first place. Like, I don't know what people expect to do when they lose stuff on programmer.
So true.
People got into programming because it was the future of the jobs, yeah. And now people are starting to see programming as kind of a joke in a way, which is stupid. But then again, that's just Twitter opinions, and you know what Twitter opinions are. Some company fired an entire programmer team and let people with little knowledge take the torch. Yeah, that's because of vibe programming, which I heard more about, and oh my gosh, it's so dumb. Silly Twitter, yeah. Guys, I'm a vibe programmer. I made my game based on vibrations. The vibrations of my body tell me how to do it.
Nice seeing you. Zippity bippity. It's serendipity.
It's serendipity!
Busy hologram?
Silly Twitter, yeah, Twitter's really dumb. Honestly. Honestly, no. Honestly, no. I guess that's what happens when you have too many people in the workforce. That's the thing, though. When you think about it, there's always going to be like people who need these specific jobs. Even there's a lot of people like artists and like programmers. There's always going to be people that need it, and both skill sets are very applicable in their own projects. You know, people who have programming skills could make their own projects. People who have art skills can make their own projects. Yeah, your commissions are very vibe-based. They are. They have good vibrations. I could feel it. Sometimes when I'm doing a commission, I can feel my body vibrating in a specific way. That's when I know it's a good commission. Real tip. For artists, feel your vibrations. Learn what your vibrations mean. You know what's funny though? I actually do mean it in a real sense. Like, actually there are vibes when it comes to art. You gotta just trust your senses sometimes. Trust your senses, Alan. Vibrates at you.
So many flavors.
I'm gonna vibrate really hard right now. I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if they didn't outsource jobs. That's true. That's definitely true. But I think a lot of companies are starting to see the problem with just outsourcing and AI and all that stuff. So let the companies suffer. The thing is too, one thing that doesn't really, and I know this is a little bit of a touchy subject, one thing that I do think that doesn't really get like enough attention is working with smaller companies, you know? And I get why, because companies are prone to failure. But if you work with a small company, you know, sometimes you could be like the changing factor with them to kind of help them be successful, you know? As long as they pay you money and you make sure that you get paid properly in a living expense, I think a lot of people like sleep on like upstart companies. Because they usually do need the people to kind of do the thing, like art and like things like that. It's really hard to find upstarts though that are looking for people. A lot of small companies are messes. They are, but as long as they pay you properly and they don't overwork you, I think it's like something that's worth considering, you know? That's the way I see some clients too. Like I know like some people say like, oh, like they do, like some artists, basically when they do commissions for bigger clients, they often like put the most attentive care to it, but then for smaller clients, they don't. The thing is, like, I'm on the opposite camp. I make sure everybody gets the same kind of piece of quality of art because, like, especially when it comes to VTubers, you never know. You might be the reason why smaller VTubers become successful, you know? That's the way I always see it. And you have to treat everybody's commissions and work the same value,
My heart
you know?
is racing.
You know? Honestly, though? That's the way I see it, at least. And obviously, you know, I could be wrong. And I mean, there's a lot of VTubers I worked with that came and gone, right? They would commission for pieces, and they commissioned a lot of pieces, but then they would graduate. Or I would see they would commission for a lot of pieces, but I probably would not hear from them again,
So fun.
right? And that's probably because, you know, content creating is a very volatile space, but for some of the people, smaller people that I have the commission for, sometimes they're successful. They're more successful. They got a lot of viewers or something like that, or help kind of like get them, you know, a video out there, you know?
Yahoo.
Hey Akane, how are you doing? Look at him go. Look at Daishima go. How are you doing, Akane? We're just talking about like, I was just talking about commissions and talking about like how people who do commissions should treat everyone properly. Like, treat every commission with the utmost care, basically. Which, like, I've seen some artists don't do, but, you know, I get why. Some people see, like, bigger clients as more important, but I think it's important to value all your clients. To be honest, you shouldn't really care who you make art for if you want to do the best job. That's true. That's true. But it's unrealistic. It's definitely unrealistic, but I do think that if you can execute it where you can make sure that you could do the best commission for work for everybody, I think that's a good idea. And like I said, you never know. Sometimes like that one person that you do a commission for might get really big, you know? And that could be it. It feels really bad to see your art butchered while others... Yeah, I hate it. I hate the idea of doing that to a client. So I try to make sure I do the utmost care with people's work. Whether they're big or small, or whether they're VTuber or not, everybody deserves the same amount of effort in their art. And they should. I heard some horror stories. Yeah, I heard horror stories about that. Don't care about your client if you don't have any. Pixel, I gave you that VGen link! What did you do with the VGen link? Shakes you, grabs you by the throat. What did you do with that VGen link? Oh, are you looking at someone, Daishima? Go for it. Go talk to Fendi.
This is
I hate it.
Yes. I'm Daishima.
What's up, Daishima? I'm Fendi. Thighs.
Thighs? That's how I totally talk too. Thighs. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just ranting. I think it's interesting because like I keep seeing a lot of VTuber or artist horror stories on Twitter, and it's kind of scary because I never really thought about things like that, like doing things like that where it's like upholding a client. Like sometimes I would have trouble getting back to a client, but that's more due to personal circumstances more than ghosting them, right? I always try to make sure I get the client's work done, no matter what. I'm a client, but you just don't know it, yeah. Guys, follow Pixel's VGen. In fact, let me go post Pixel's VGen right now. No, I feel bad if I do that, because I don't want to pressure you. I don't want to pressure you, but you should follow Pixel. Pixel's an amazing artist too, and they are opening up their commissions one day. The amount of horror stories, yeah. I think the thing is too, the horror stories are a good tell for what to avoid in like if you're ever gonna be a art, like a, how should I put it? Not a V artist, just an artist. Art has definitely changed. It used to be a lot of skill you learn from childhood and master the craft, but nowadays, I think this still is a skill that you can learn and master, really. Because nowadays, people have done a lot of like skillful things in like less years than I have, right? I mean, it's still definitely a skillful craft that people pick up. Speaking of which, I was having this conversation with my friends, and we were talking about it, and I still don't know if I can define myself as this, but they did brought up like technically that, yeah, Alan, you're a professional artist now. Am I? What do you guys think? What's considered a professional artist? I'm still under the impression that I'm still like an upcoming artist, and I haven't really done enough work to show that I'm professional. What's the definition of a professional artist? Would you guys consider me professional at this point? Not just like stroke my ego or anything, but I'm curious. I'm kind of curious what defines a professional. There's so many different mediums, so you can do whatever you want. You really can. And there's a little bit of something for everything. Like if you want to be 3D modeler, you can always get into Minecraft or like games like VR Chat, right? Definitely qualify as professional, but what defines it? Get paid regularly? I do get paid regularly. Would that be considered like professional? There really isn't an easy job to find a master craftsman to pass the skill down. I think that's everything nowadays, especially art more so, because art more so is a lot of experience. I think art is a field where experience probably goes the furthest. The more experience you have from drawing and doing things, the better of an artist you become, right? And you can say that with a lot of fields, but I think more so art is one that you do really learn on the fly. Like my professor really taught us. How happy people are working the paid, I would consider it professional. I still don't feel like a professional. I still think myself as a small amateur artist, but I do appreciate it. And the reason I think, here's the reason I think I'm a small amateur artist. It's because that technically I really haven't done big projects. I've done like smaller projects for other clients, but I've never done anything big enough to be in the public eye, I guess. Used to be defined by being in a guild. What's a guild? An artist guild? Are you saying I should be an art? I should join an artist guild? You get paid? Oh, I read that. Because I always wonder about that, because they did brought it up, and I was like thinking, like technically, like I guess you could say I'm professional, but I don't necessarily feel professional. And it's kind of crazy too, because I wanted to be professional in the creative field, but now that I'm here, I don't really feel like I'm professional. I try to act professional though. If anything though, chat, I 100% act professional, hopefully. Just don't watch my streams. Don't watch my streams. If you watch my streams, you'll be like, Alan, that is not professional at all. You keep saying goo goo baby noises. You talk about Super Creek. You were talking about mommies just the other day. But if you're just talking to me on say VGen or something or Discord, I try to present myself as like professional. There aren't really artist guilds. Maybe I should make one. Wait, Alan's on Steam? I do have I'm on Steam. I did get like a I did had like that one game about tea use my art on their Steam page, which is kind of cute. We're all gremlins. Yeah, we're all gremlins on stream. Baby noises. But yeah, I try to be professional, dude. Sometimes, dude, like I know, like I allow my clients to watch me do their commission, but sometimes I do get a little nervous that, like, oh, they're seeing me be at my utmost stupidest. They're seeing me make stupid jokes and stuff, like Gardner. I hardly know her. some bigger streamers, I'd say that's professional. I was thinking about that too, but at the same time, it's not like, you know, I'm a regular for them. Well, I guess I'm a regular for a good number of bigger VTubers. Would that be professional? I guess so. It's weird. You know, have you guys ever seen the movie Soul? Like, I think I'm in that same spot as the main character in Soul, because he had the same situation where he played the gig of his life and he got hired as the pianist for like one of the best singers in the town, right? And that was like what he always wanted to do, but he realized life is no different before and after, right? Didn't some of you even ask to be exclusive to them? I don't think I had that yet. Nobody asked me to be exclusive, but they have contracted me for regular work long term. What's this T game called? This T game? Are we talking about Tomodachi Life? Tomodachi? Guilds used to be a marked professional, but they replaced it with diplomas and bureaucracy. Interesting.
I wonder what Alin is up to.
Because I guess I should I need to do some introspective thinking. You wanna? Should I bring it up? But yeah, T game. Oh yeah, remember when when my art was in that was used in the game's announcement? Let me see if I can find it again. I think it's an older post. Oh, here we go. Here you go.
I think he would get a kick out of this photo.
Wait a second. Yeah. Hee. Wait, they used my art twice. Did they use my art twice? I don't remember that being the art that they used for it. I thought they used the other one, the mommy one. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, see? my greatest claim is making this art piece for a thumbnail. One ice latte with your a second. You can look at this while I answer my phone.
Give me a bashful look, like, oh, is there a camera? But I'm so not ready. A donut turned up in the photo? But how? I'll call this photo Watching Anime into the Future.
Okay, I'm back. Convenient timing. Don't mind me. I totally didn't plan for that. Give me a second. I gotta restart my camera. But yeah, this is my greatest claim to glory right now. I would say this is the most professional thing I've done. Show up on Steam for this game. Alan's been doing SFW, yeah. If anyone ever asks me what's my greatest achievement I ever done, it's that I was on Steam for a bit. It was pretty fun too. I hope they give me this. I played that game and it was because they gave me a Steam code for it. They were saying like, "Hey VTubers, do you want a Steam code?" And it was actually the first actual developer that gave me a Steam code. That was like the first time I actually got a Steam code. It wasn't a sponsor stream per se. They were just giving codes to VTubers, and I happened to be a VTuber at the time in the area, walking around on Twitter, seeing them post their thing. So,
Just like a donut.
good times, good times. You know what? I'll think about it. I'll contemplate on it. I'll contemplate, but yeah, I was talking about Soul. Like in Soul, the main character didn't know about being that, like, he really wanted to be a pianist, but the reality was that he was a pianist the whole time. It's just that his definition of what a pianist is was that success that he wanted. And I think I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, I've always thought to be the artist is the success in the end. And I guess I'm pretty successful in a way, since I could like make enough for paying rent and stuff, right? Not the most successful, but successful enough that I could start like, just don't go full whiplash. Full whiplash? What does that mean? But I do want to expand. Like I said, I want to start like jumping into different types of art, Nazi work, and I also want to start doing like physical mediums. So you did say something about Soul the other day too. Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot, because that movie is a very good representation of who I am as a person, right? That person that's chasing the dream, the goal. It's a move, whiplash, like Pokemon move. What was that sound? The Pokemon whiplash. My favorite Pokemon attack, whiplash attack. Are they all listening on this conversation? What are they doing? Movie? Oh, what happened in Whiplash? It's interesting to be in this position. But I really appreciate it though. I don't know if I sing claim of this or I say this enough times, but I really appreciate everybody who kind of supports me. Whether you're a viewer, a lurker, a person that commissions me for work, every single one of you have added up to where I am now, you know? It's because of you guys that I'm here. Alive. Okay, I had to add the live part, but yeah. I was getting sentimental. You know me, I'm sappy! I told you I'm an empath. I'm empathetic with the emphasis and pathetic. You guys know this. You've been here for 3 years. You especially. I still had to do like a 2000 special and an 800 special for like follower things, and I still want to do that thing. I have a lot of plans, right? I have a lot of plans of what I want to do. All right, we're doing pretty good though. We got 3 characters colored. I think it looks nice. It's about a drummer that gives everything to be the best with the help of his oppressive teacher. That sounds interesting. I kind of like the sound of that. I would watch it. I like movies like that. Things that make me think about me and like where I am and if I'm professional or not. And then like also if I ever will go into NSFW drawings. You know? Sorry, I've been coughing a lot lately. I don't know why. Huh? No. I don't know what you're talking about. Getting closer and closer to your goal. We'll see though. I think the skill set for some fields take a lot more, so. But is losing yourself to be the best really worth it? I think. Should I really go there? Should I explain? I don't know. Should I really? Let's just say I feel like giving my best is, I guess, the thing that I feel like losing yourself. I feel like there's not much. How can I put this without like dampening the mood? I already lost myself long ago. Tosses code away. What else do I have but to gain? I don't want to like dampen the mood, but I do feel like I have only up to go, basically, you know? So I do think that like this is the best circumstances of things to happen. Oh? My dark and broody, edgy self. I was trying to imply the darker thematics. Lurk. Thank you for lurking, Homophone. You take care of yourself. I mean, someone could be on the top of the field and still want to grow. Yeah, I think that's a thing too. I think that's a sign of a good creator, right? And as I spend more time being a creator, I think the sign of a good creator is someone who's never content. You know? Someone that's always trying to push into new fields, or someone trying to push new ideas. Someone who's always just try to do something. I think a sign of a bad creator is someone who says, yep, I made it there. I have nowhere else to go. I'm doing it, and I'm just going to do it the same way every single day of my life. Right? And I don't want to ever reach that point where what's it called? I don't want to reach the point where I don't have anything to learn, I suppose. Me in real life? No, that doesn't have to be you! Grabs you, no! Sounds like someone who's gonna burn out faster. That's me! I don't know. I guess I'm just a little crazy. And I wouldn't recommend... Okay, here's the thing. Like I said, what I recommend to myself is what I would not recommend to other people, honestly. Because I'm just a crazy person, I guess. Basically shows someone that hurts himself for his passion. I might want to check out the movie. I'm sorry to hear that. It hurts to know, yeah. Yeah, I think it's one of those things. Everyone has their own circumstances and storytelling. So, but I would recommend to other people to do it in a much healthier way than I am. But I think it's partly because I know what I'm capable of, I guess. And I know I can go further. And the reason... better. The reason I know I could go further is because I compare drawing to playing video games. And back when I used to play video games all day, I could do it for hours. I could literally go a whole day playing video games, sitting down and not have to take a break, you know? Sometimes I get a headache, I drink some water and all that stuff. But your boy Alin Laphel was a real gamer, right? I played games a lot. So that's why I know what I can do in drawing, I can handle, because I've done it with video games. Granted, that was like when I was younger. But yeah, that's why I compare it to a lot to video games, and I always think the same thing too with video games. Like, part of the reason that I wanted to get better at drawing was because my initial drive was I spent so much time in Final Fantasy XIV and RuneScape and MapleStory grinding my character and trying to make it the best character ever, right? Well, not maybe ever, but trying to make it the strongest character, get the level caps, get the best gear. But then I thought, like, what if I applied all that time and effort into an applicable skill that I really like, i.e. drawing, right? Did I say shut up, Sorty? Yeah. And yeah, lo and behold, that's what I do. I applied all that time and effort that I would normally do in an MMO into drawing and basically learned a skill. If you learn what you do, you will never work a day in your life. That's exactly me! I love drawing! Ah, I love drawing! Bob, it's on your face. I love drawing! I don't know, I was thinking about that too, because like I was having a conversation with one of the nurses while watching over my father, and they said that like I was really passionate, and I was thinking about that too. I don't know, I've been getting contemplative. I was thinking about a lot of things. And I guess, yeah, in a way, I guess I really am passionate about the things I do. I'm really passionate about the stupid drawings I make for people. Have you seen the 2 cars pregnant that I'm doing for Fufu? Have you seen the pregnant cars? Yeah, I'm passionately silly with the dumb things I did. Let me show you guys really quick the pregnant cars. Show us. Yeah, let me show you really quick. What? Pregnant cars, Alan? Right? Not that one. Not that one. Let's see. I love how creative you are. Thank you. You are. You and your pregnancy. Haha. Give me a second. Not that one. There you go. Behold! Pregante cars! Yay! I like too how this car is like putting his hand on the other car and he's like, oh wow, you are pregnant. Yeah. Remember when I made Chibi Doki and Fifi pregnant? And I got paid for that? Good times! Oh man. Oh my god, yeah. I drew them pregnant too, Fifi and Chibi Doki. Fifi came to me. And I love telling this story because Fifi came to me like one night and said like, hey Alan, how fast can you do a drawing? And I said like, how fast do you need it? They said they needed it by tomorrow afternoon or something like that, or I think they said needed it sometime that week. And they told me the description is draw me and Chibi Doki pregnant. And I said, okay, I gotcha. I finished that in one night. And they were like, wow, you worked really fast. This was before the incident with my father. Back when I had a lot more time, right? Before my father is in the hospital, like this year, I was able to get drawings done really fast like that, but I don't think I could get a drawing that fast with everything that's going on. But yeah, she came to me one night and just said like, Alan, draw us pregnant. And I was like, okay. I got you. I got you. Do I still have that picture somewhere? I think I still have that picture somewhere. Let me see. Maybe it's our conversation with Fifi. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Oh, I just looked at the time. Okay, I had to call it after I show this pregnant picture. Okay. She posted this when she was like, Alan, oh yeah, she wanted me to draw Chibi Doki drinking sunscreen for some reason. I don't get it, but I did. So I did, yeah, crazy. Wow, pregnancy. Here we go. Can you commission you last minute? Here's the it says, here's the message that it said. It said there, can you commission you the super last minute? I need it done by tomorrow. Okay, so it was tomorrow. So I finished this drawing in one night. Wow, much pregnant. Yeah, super pregnant. And sunscreen for some reason. Drinking sunscreen for some reason. I think if getting 6+ and when you go wild with half of them, I don't mind. I could come up with some crazy things. Who's whistling? Is that Owo? Alright though, I think I should call it a day. It was fun. What a day to live. What a picture to leave this on. Look at that funny pregnancy picture. Haha. Pregnant cars. Haha. Oh yeah, your best milk. Haha. But I'm gonna call it here. I got a lot done. I should be able to finish this evening. So, but thank you guys for coming. Thank you Fufu for the raid. I really appreciate it. Let me go see. I gotta remember to raid somebody. Crazy. Thanks for the stream. I've been very unhinged this stream. I apologize. You may think, Alin Laphel, you're not professional. You keep talking about pregnancy on stream. Pregnant cars. Yeah. Don't drink too much coffee. I'll try not to. I don't think I need to drink coffee right now, but yeah. Thank you for the stream. Thank you guys for coming. Let me go raid because we have a good amount of viewers. I might as well drop it off at somewhere, right? Because of the Fufu raid. Let me drop you guys somewhere. Let's see who we could drop you guys at. There are more people there that are more unhinged. There are people there. The more people there are, the more unhinged. I don't know if that's the case, but quotation mark. Let's see who of my friends are online. We can raid Albie. Albie's doing a Lego building. Or we could bring you back to Katie. Katie's doing a subathon. We could drop off the viewers back in Katie. How poetic is that? That Fufu raids me, and then I bring it back to Katie. That way Katie gets the viewers. Isn't that poetic? Because, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but Fufu and Katie are, you know, I think they're married. I don't know if they're engaged or married, but they're together now, right? Power couple, right? A power couple in the VTuber sphere. So I could always drop you guys off at Katie, or I could drop you guys off at one of my VTuber friends. Let's see. I do like the idea of going to Albie's Lego stream, but I do need to get cooked dinner because Mama Sheep is coming by, and I need to make some stuff for her. All right then, I'll just raid Albie. All right, let's come up with a raid message. Wow, wowie, zowie. Alin Laphel forgot how to raid, therefore he raided the matey message for the funny. Wow, whoa, Zoe. She be raiding. There's your raid message, guys. Alright guys, thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I did. What are you cooking now? I'm probably just gonna make some broth, some soup, because my Mama Sheep said that she's gonna come with some Peking duck. So I want to go make some soup to go with it. Maybe some soup and vegetables. Right? Soup with vegetables in it to balance the meat. But thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I did. It was a lot of fun. Enjoy the soup. Yeah, it won't be too hard to make the soup. Especially since I'm not going to toss the meat in there. I'm just going to make it with vegetables. That way we have some broth, vegetables, and have it with the rice. But thank you guys for coming. Next time I'm streaming, it's going to be on Tuesday. I'll be working on some more commissions because my life is made of commissions. Because I'm professional. Oh, maybe I should... Maybe in order to be professional, I should put on Twitter, professional artist. Yeah. Yeah. And I'll put in quotation marks. Quotation mark professional artist. Alright, I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys Tuesday. Bye guys. Take care. Have a good one. Take care. Have a good night. No quotation mark? Yes, quotation mark. Oh yeah, I forgot the end scene. Professional VTuber. Quotation mark. Bye guys. Have a good one. Take care. Have a good night. Afternoon. Eat some food. Hey, my dog. Oh, you're so cute. You're so cute.